My always muted. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How are y'all doing out there? Happy Sunday. Hope y'all are having a great day today on the first day of August. We are getting through this year of 2020. It is going by so fast. Gosh darn it. Is everybody getting done what they have to get done to do? You know, I don't even know if that makes sense or whatever, but thank you so much for being here. I really, really, really do appreciate it. And let me go ahead and bring in my first guest of the show today. It's been a minute since they've been here, and I'm very, very excited. This person has so much energy, so much fire, and I love the collaboration. That is Miss Sharonda Williams with Miss Pay or Wait. How are you doing, Miss Lady? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I found my nail, just trying to glue my nail back on.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yes, yes. You know you're welcome anytime. I'm loving the finger waves, and all that good stuff. Let me see the nails though. Let me see.
Well, I'm trying
Hold
to
on.
glue this one back on.
Already. That's what's up. I don't think I've seen them that animated. We got every color in the rainbow over there.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what
we're
I'm
gonna do
saying?
the whole rainbow.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Well, I mean, but other than you trying to fix your nail, like how's your day been? How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. Had to watch some movies to prep for interviews, but it's going good.
Already. Let me ask you, have you seen the first three episodes of What If?
I haven't, but
Oh,
I
you
also
haven't?
haven't checked to see if I got the episodes or not. So I should
Oh,
probably
okay.
do that.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them myself. I know our boy E-Man did. What's good, Zia Latrice, and they're saying
Hello.
giving you some love, and also Miss Melissa S. Loving you, loving
Thank
you.
you.
Nary's 21. What's good? What's good? Let me go ahead and just shout out everybody in the chat already. And damn, I see we already got some super chats, and that's what's up. So, what's going on, SJ Evans? How you doing? Who else we got in here? We got Buck Odie. What's going on? And again, guys, I'm sorry I'm late. I had a other live earlier today. That's not the banner I wanted to put up, and it just things happen, and but I'm here now. And let me close some of these windows out as well, so my system can go a little bit faster. And guys, I'm almost all the way transitioned over to my new CPU, so that's very exciting right there. Max Lamont, hey, hi, how you doing? Wakandan forever, what's good? Already with the super chat. Let's see what we got here. What
My
we got
God,
for the Wakanda
Monty.
forever? Let's
What a
see.
money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay, I told you.
I caught you twice today. That's what's up. I saw your movie review videos and now the live show. I saw Jungle Cruise today and excited for Predator. Yes, we're going to talk about the Predator briefly. Wakanda Forever. Yes, thank you so much, Wakanda Forever, for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. We also got Tia Bryan up in the building, and who? Let me see how many people we got. We got 51 people in the chat right now, and we got 33 likes. Okay, well, if we can get a few more thumbs up, I like my thumbs up to match, excuse me, the amount of people in the chat. Rim 17, hey, what's good? How you doing? Rich Sing 41, hey, the lawsuit may ruin streaming. I read that as steaming, but yes, I have so much to say, so much to talk about, and we're going to talk about it. Zia Latrice, already, thank you. Derek, 1-1. Present, just like,
Present.
oh, present. Jesus Christ. What's going on? Thank you, ma'am. I do appreciate it. Rim 17. Cynthia Charles, hey, how you doing? Melissa S, how you doing? Dune B, or Dwayne B, I cannot read. Who else we got in here? J CMEA 113. You can't hear. Yeah, I fixed that. SJ Evans with the super chat. Y'all are just showing so much love already, and I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes! Yes!
Yes, SJ Evans, follow the super chat. Thank you. Jungle Cruise was surprisingly good, just showing some support. Thank you. I do appreciate it. And it was good. I enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't love everything about it, but I thought the duo between The Rock and Emily Blunt was great. I love the chemistry. I like the natural progression of their relationship. And The Rock had me laughing my ass off. He was a funny character, a trickster. Sharonda, what did you think? Did you
I like
like the
Jungle
movie?
Cruise. I love
Yeah.
bad jokes. I love corny jokes. So I was in corny joke heaven. I had no
Yes,
problem with it.
yes. I forgot he did. He was like the king of dad jokes
I was here
or
for it.
whatever. Yeah, I love all the corniness. I love all the corniness. Wait a minute, something just big. Oh my gosh, my goodness gracious, Lamont Tyson, what are you doing? This is for you, sir. Thank you, Lamont. I do appreciate it, my brother. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My people out here looking great. Let's get this money started. That's what's up, man. Well, I do appreciate such a large contribution to the channel, my brother. If you can come make a slide through, but I understand you got those parental responsibilities and all that good stuff. So again, thank you for that, Lamont. I do appreciate it. Suburbia Jones, and we're gonna get started here in about another 60 seconds. One Journey. Hey, well, let's make it count. That's right, One Journey.
Hey, One Journey.
Perp minded already. Get your libations. Ghost Blue. I don't know how to say that. Help me out. Georgia Gonzalez, Damian Wallace. What's good? Eric Brown, Jaron 215. How are all of y'all doing? And just before we get started, I gotta delete some pictures because I done uploaded so many images and whatnot. But before we get started, what was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say, Sharonda. What was I about to say? Oh yes, everything. You're like, how would I know, Brandon? Everything that we're going to be discussing today is going to be in the description box. And so if you want to read along at your own leisure, you can go ahead and check that out as well. And let me just upload something else real quick. And let me go ahead and I got that taken care of. Let me go ahead and bring in my second guest of the show today. Very excited to have this brother coming on. You know, he's been here a number of times. He's very knowledgeable on all films, television, TV, all that good stuff. And that is Mr. Elliot with Movie Files. How are you doing, my brother? How are you doing?
Good, man. What's going on, Brandon? Sharonda, what is going on? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too. Everyone in the chat, how we doing on this Sunday, August 1st? First of the month.
We're doing pretty good, man. And thank you for being here. And let me bring in Mr. Red, Black, and Green himself. Coming from the east side, it's the living legend, Larry. What's good, my brother? How you doing?
Oh, I just came to cause problems for Sharonda. That's all.
I know, right? That's what's up. I love it when I have both of you on at the same time. You know, I bet he's like, yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out, but then saw Sharonda pop up like, oh, let me change my plans. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get up in there. Yeah, Sharonda. Yeah. What about Simone Biles? No, all right, let me stop.
Oh, what's that about? What's that about? I'm sure y'all will tell me later.
Man, I've been going in with everybody about that thing, man. Boy, I tell you, I have the entire world disagreeing with me, but it is what it is.
Really, I'm gonna have to pick your brain after this, man.
Don't pick your brain. Don't let it.
Because I guess I missed. Oh yeah, because y'all were talking about that earlier, and I missed that, so I got to go back and read it. But you doing all right today, my brother?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty very, very busy day today. Very busy, but I'm getting it done, and I'm gonna be busy right after this. But it's all good. I love what I do. And Elliot, you're doing good today too, right?
Doing great, man. Doing great.
Already. Well, if it's okay with you, cool cats, I guess we can go ahead and get started with this thing. We got 80 people in the chat already at 12 minutes, and I want to respect everybody's time because you know people got things to do. But again, guys, I want to thank you.
B. Avery, if you look at Sharonda's glasses real close, you can see a reflection of Final Cut Pro in there because she's editing right now.
I'm not doing anything. You have my undivided attention today, jerk.
Yeah, Larry, look, Larry choosing violence. You know what
every
I'm saying?
day.
So, yeah. What are you talking about? Don't do it. Don't do what? What I do? Have somebody. I don't know. Oh, he probably talking about picking your brain or whatever. But let's go ahead and so Sharonda, are you ready, ma'am?
Sure.
Already. Elliot, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Larry, are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right, guys. Well, again, I want to welcome you to number 25 for the Movie News Roundup show. I'm quite proud of that. Coming to you live this August 1st, 2021, live on YouTube at Just My Opinion Reviews, Twitch at Just My Opinion Reviews, Facebook.com/justmyopinion. And also, guys, you can follow everybody that you see on the screen right here on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, social media. Our handles are on the screen. Also, everyone's information is down in the description box. And also, you can head over to my channel tab as well. You got Miss Payaway right there as the first lady and the rest of the crew. If you see their name on this page right here, that just means that they're cool people. They're down with me. I'm down with them. And you need to follow them because they just have super duper fire content. And
if you're trying to catch up with this Payaway character, but man, she just keeps growing too fast, man. I keep trying to catch up.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I look at when you show that, B. Avery, every time I look, I keep saying, okay, my numbers are growing. They're growing, but I can't catch her yet.
Well, hey, man, she's a hard worker. It's going to be kind of hard to catch her. Just do what you got to do, run your race, man, and maybe y'all can catch each other at the finish line, But if it's all right, let's go ahead and start off with this first topic of the day. And as I was preparing for it, I was kind of saying to myself, Brandon, you're a scared cat. Why are you talking about this topic right here? But it has to do with horror for all my horror fans out there. And we have this from Gizmodo. Looks like we are going to be having a new Exorcist trilogy. A new Exorcist trilogy is coming from Universal and Blumhouse. And guys, just to let you know, if you're watching this in the live or in the replay, there's a link down to this article down in the description box for you to read at your own leisure. And it goes as to say, Ellen Bernstein will return to the demonic franchise along with Hamilton star Leslie Odom Jr. And that is the original star right there. One of the scariest, most influential horror franchises of all time is making a mega blockbuster comeback. The New York Times reports that David Gordon Green, the new Halloween films, will write and direct a reboot sequel in which Hamilton Leslie Odom Jr. plays the father of a possessed girl and desperate for help seeks out Chris McNeil, Ellen Bernstein right here in the picture, who was the mother of the 1973 original. It's the first time that she's returned to the franchise. And it just goes ahead and says, let me go ahead and bring up this first little quote right here. Oh, I thought I had that ready. It's the first quote. Where is it at? That is right here. It says, there is no better time to join forces with the team at Peacock, reuniting with the great team at Universal, and finally getting to work with my friends at Blumhouse than on this classic franchise. David Robertson, President Rice Holder Morgan Creek said in a press release, David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, Scott Teems, and Peter Sattler have put together a compelling continuation of this iconic tale, and I can't wait to bring this to fans around the world. Well, I'll go ahead and say off the top, like I said, I'm a scaredy cat. I'm on the fence right now if I'm going to see this or not. I probably will determine that when we see the first trailer. But I will say I think it's neat that this is a continuation of the original films because they're bringing back the mother and like, hey, you got some experience with this. Your daughter was possessed. My babies now. Please help me. And so that kind of does get me a little bit excited to see where they're going to go with this. But Sharonda, I'm coming to you first, ma'am. How are you feeling about this news? Did you like the original Exorcist films? And just how do you feel about this trilogy right here overall?
I mean, I don't really play with the Exorcist stuff because the real story actually originated in St. Louis at St. University Hospital. So I used to always be creeped out to go there when I was on campus. But I think my biggest thing is I just want it to be an all-Black family.
Really? Okay.
I have a feeling that they're gonna make this like a mixed family, and I just want to get the real, like, how are Black people gonna act if their child is possessed? Like, I just want to see how Black people would react to The Exorcist. So if they give it an all-Black family, I'm here for it. Right. But I have a feeling they're not gonna do that. It's just something in my spirit that's just telling me,
I got you. I didn't even think of that. I like that because at first I was like, okay, that's different, but it clicked. Like, oh yeah, so we're gonna react or act a certain way. We're gonna burn the house down as soon as the first, cricket makes a noise. You know what I'm saying? But
that part.
Elliot,
yeah, man.
I'm coming to you, man. How you feeling about all this?
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of the original. I'm not the biggest fan of like revisiting old IPs, even though this is continuation. And, this is the director yet again, bring it back. He did it with Halloween. Now he's doing it with this. And they're following them and checking out. They're not that good. But yeah, I'm kind of with Sharon on this one. I'm really interested to see, I guess, who's the daughter? Is it going to be a big name, young up and coming actress? And is there other family members involved, a wife, a son, or another daughter, or whatever the case may be? But again, man, when it comes to this horror genre, I'm loving the revival of the slashers, especially next year with Scream and the continuation of Halloween Ends and all that. But the Exorcist, this is 40 years later, and the continuation, the mom, and I don't know, man. I have to see a trailer to get me excited. Right now, I'm just kind of on the fence about it because I think like it's a little bit overdue to follow this up 40 plus years later.
Already, man. Well, Larry, I know this is probably your most anticipated film like ever. You know, I know you just can't wait to talk about it, my brother. How you feel? I couldn't give a straight face. How you feeling about all this?
No.
I'll keep it short and sweet. I got you,
You know, man, I'm not doing this year. The Exorcist and the Amityville Horror were two of the movies that helped ruin my childhood.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not.
Absolutely.
I refuse to watch these movies.
I
will not participate in any way, shape, or form in the viewing of these movies.
Already.
They
Yeah,
are-
man.
no,
I kind of share those sentiments, to be honest with you. Strictly Starlight says she'd never seen them. Hey, I don't know. I don't even want to say you're missing anything. I've only seen one of them.
Don't watch
messed
them.
me up. Yeah. It
They
Good.
will mess with your mind. See, it's one thing when you have like Freddy Krueger movies and stuff like that, where it's kind of silly, run around, slashing, dashing, all that good stuff. But like that crazy demonic stuff, I don't mess with that. That stuff gets in your mind and starts seeping through your pores, and then you got to go get some holy water and sage. You got to burn sage around the house, and it's just it's too much.
I ain't mad at you, man. I'm not mad at you. So
Somebody calling me scary. Yes. Yes, I am.
He's not ashamed either. You know, for me, it was this film, but also the Freddy Krueger one. When I think it was the third one, when he popped out the refrigerator and pulled her in, that really messed me up right there. You know, so yeah. So I guess we can you know, none of us are too excited about that. I know I'm for hold on, what's going on with these hold on, I'm sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties. I guess I didn't click the button or whatever. But that's all good. So let's go ahead and move on to the second topic of the day. Now, this is actually something that I'm really, really excited about right here. And Elliot, I'm coming to you first on this one right here. And I apologize. I sent y'all the wrong article. I sent y'all one on Screen Crush, but I'm actually going to be going off the one on Collider. But topic number 2 from Collider, they have the exclusive. It says new Predator movie, title, plot details, and timeline revealed by producers John Davis and John Fox. And just to let you know, guys, if you're watching this in the live or the replay, there's a link down to this article down in the description box for you to read at your own leisure. And so, like I said, this one I'm excited about. It sounds like there won't be any choppers to get in a new film director from Dan Trachtenberg, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. In a new interview with Collider Time to this week's release of Disney's Jungle Cruise, producers John David and John Fox revealed that Dan Trachtenberg's upcoming Predator movie will be titled Skull. I like the title. Will be an origin story about the Predator's first journey to this planet and it's almost done filming. I didn't even know they started filming. The film will boast a female hero this time, which I always think is interesting, said Davis, who revealed what Skull has in common with the first film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Elliot, I'm gonna be coming to you first on this one, my brother, and really eager to hear what you have to say. Also have this quote right here. Well, I thought I had a quote. I guess I deleted it, but I'll pull it up this way. It says, it goes back to what made the original Predator movie work. It's the ingenuity of a human being who won't give up, who's able to observe and interpret, basically being able to beat a stronger, more powerful, and well-armed force, he explained. It actually has more akin to The Revenant, which was a fantastic film, than it does any film in the Predator canon. You'll know what I mean once you see it, promised Fox. Though David declined to reveal the specific time period, you can use your imagination. It is early. Like I said, coming to you, Elliot, man, how are you feeling about this news? Are you excited? Because I am. And also, you know, just how you feel about Predator overall.
Get in the chopper. Yeah, man. The Predator to me is one of those franchises that I think should have been done a long time ago, because I think the first one's a great action 80s film and definitely a capsule of its time, and Arnold and the whole damn crew. But every other film after that, 2 is okay, Danny Glover and all that stuff. But every other Predator film, the spin-offs, Predator versus Alien, I'm done with this franchise. And no offense to this director. He did, what was it, 10 Cloverfield Lane? That was fine. But I don't know, man. This is yet again another Hollywood story. They're just beating a dead horse. They want to just keep bringing this franchise back. This and Alien, it's dead, man. I don't know why. Again, I appreciate his new nuance to this and going back with the first Predator on Earth, fighting, people that don't have weapons or guns and don't have to use tools and all that stuff. But I'm just like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me again, it's shame on me. It's just like, how many times will they continue to do this franchise? I'm going to see it just because I've seen them all, and I'm a completist like that, where I have to, see what the next one is. But I'm not too hopeful for it. But I'm hoping that it surprises me. But I don't know, man. Predator is just.
You didn't like the last one with
Shane Black?
Yeah.
No, I hated that one.
Nobody likes that one.
One of the worst ones in the franchise.
I like the last 2. I mean, they weren't the best, but I had fun with them. You know what I'm saying?
The Adrian Brody one was okay. The Predators, I think it was called. That one was okay, but everything else was just.
Okay. He said, watching daily, you just have to understand his vision is completely unique. He got his own language and fresh, and it's cool and it's interesting. Another quote. Here's an interesting thing. We started conceiving this movie while we were shooting the last Predator movie. Dan came to me with a writer and an idea while we were shooting the movie. Emma Watson was recently instrumental here. She said, you know what? Let's go put this into development now and let's push it on now. Let's go for this now. We couldn't be shooting one movie and prepping another, especially when one was the current day end of the franchise and the other was the period beginning of the franchise. So it was always done with a lot of secrecy. It just continued to be something that's going on to be out there to surprise you. Larry, how are you feeling about all this, man? Are you excited for a new Predator? How did you feel about the past films?
Well, I'll say if Carl Weathers is going to do a cameo, I'm there for it.
Really?
I would not mind seeing Apollo Creed back out there in the jungle getting it in. But to be honest with you, man, I enjoyed the first Predator, and I've seen all the Predator movies, but to be honest with you, they just didn't leave a lasting impact on me except for the first one. It was sort of like after that, I watched them, they were there. And then that's kind of it. It was like, if someone asked me any plot points about any of them, I would probably just say, okay, well, some Predator comes here, hunts humans, and gets beat up on and goes home. And I don't really remember much else about it. And so I have to say that they probably just weren't that good. So am I looking forward to another one? No, I guess no. I know somebody was saying Carl Weathers is dead in the franchise, but this was happening before he died, so he could very much come back, Yeah,
no, I think this is like literally like way back at a time, like super long ago.
I wouldn't mind seeing this. This may be completely way off in left field, but I wouldn't mind if this would happen during if they came back in like the 1400s or something, and it was like Predators against like medieval warlocks and witches and crap. That would be kind of fun and different.
It would be, they doing all other types of movies, and so why not? You know what I'm saying?
Imagine you have Merlin up there just throwing fireballs and stuff at. I mean, that would be dope.
Let's make it, bro. That would be badass. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm teasing. Sharonda, how you feeling about all this?
I'm still tripping in the article when he says it's gonna have a female lead, so this should be interesting. I guess I'm still stuck on that.
You didn't like that subtle shade?
It was very shady, and I was just like, okay. I was like, all right.
It was quite a movie. So here you go. There would be a female hero, which would be
interesting. Why is it interesting, love? Tell the truth. Shame the devil. Okay. So I'm stuck on that. I can't even get to the rest of the movie because I'm still stuck on that sentence. I don't really care about Predator movies. I mean, I'll go see it because we have to go see these movies. But if it's gonna boast a female lead, I just don't want her to be super emotional or some I lost my husband and I lost my husband to a predator or something. I just don't want to be
Yeah.
done stupid. I
I
just
feel you.
I
Well,
get
imagine.
here when we do. Let's create the same movie, but with a female lead this time. Is it irks my spirit for some reason.
Maybe she'll be like Ripley in Aliens, you know.
Mm,
I
And
don't think they have the range. From that statement, it already tells me they don't have the range for that. So like, I'm not even gonna get my hopes up for that.
did you
What
like
if they did a cool mashup with like Predator versus Sharknado?
man, man.
Larry coming with the fire. With
You know
the
what I'm
fire
saying?
ideas.
It would be
did y'all-
interesting.
Did y'all like Sanaa Lathan in the? I mean, I didn't love the movie, but I thought that she did
Alien
a
versus
fine
Predator.
job. Yeah, Alien
Yeah.
versus Predator.
I don't even know
I
how y'all
like that.
remember these Predator movies. Like I watched them and then they left my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, pretty
I
Yeah, I
don't
feel the same way. They went in one and out the other. It's just like it had no lasting effect on me at all.
That's true. I mean, the original got an 81%. The 2010 one with Adrian Brody, like you were saying, Elliot got 64. And that one was decent. It
it was
bad.
fun. Yeah.
Predator 2, they got a 30.
It's like I vaguely remember the one with Danny Glover. The only thing I remember about it is that Danny Glover was in it. That was it. I don't really remember
wasn't
much
good.
else about it.
It wasn't good. Nobody liked this movie.
That
When it
movie
came
was
out.
trash, dude.
Man,
I don't know what Shane Black was on that one.
I thought it was all right. But I
Definitely
guess I'm the only one or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, man.
that'll,
And like I
that'll
said,
work
if
with
I'm
that.
not mistaken, I think if I read it right, that this one is supposed to be the young girl is a part of an Indian tribe, and like she doesn't want to be, like Sarana said, place to the norms of like being, doing all the stuff that women were doing back then, and she wants to defend her land and defend her people. So like they're bringing it back to like literally making your own weapons and going, head first with the first predator that lands on Earth. So it's interesting that we get to see the first predator, because obviously the technology is going to be different. But I just don't have faith in this franchise.
Well, I ain't mad at y'all for that, So I guess we can move on to the next topic. So nobody's enthused about Predator.
No predator.
But
Two judges in a row.
yeah. Let's maybe we're excited about some Batgirl. Let's see about this in J.K. Simmons. We got the third topic of the day coming from the Hollywood Reporter. It says Batgirl movie Batgirl movie. J.K. Simmons in talk to return to the Batman universe as Commissioner Gordon, and they have the exclusive. Just to let you guys know out there, if you're watching this via live or in the replay, there's a link of this article down in the description box for you to read at your own leisure. And so the people that made Bad Boys for Life, Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah, are directing a script by the Flash writer Christina Hodson. And this is kind of confusing to me because let me set it up. I'm a fan of J.K. Simmons. He's already in Marvel coming back. He's in two Marvel universes, our 616 and also the Tobey Maguire. And he was also in the I'm going to say the Suicide Squad, the Justice League, and the Snyder Cut, which apparently is not canon. And then we have this Batgirl film that's not going to theaters, it's going to HBO Max, and he's popping up in that too. I don't know what the hell is going on, man. We got some Nexus Event super multiverse stuff going on, but going back to the article, J.K. Simmons is coming back to J.K. Simmons is coming back to the Bat Beat. That was whack as hell. The Oscar-winning actor is in negotiations to surprise his role of the classic Batman character, Commissioner Gordon, and Batgirl. Warner Brothers features for HBO Max that is casting swiftly. It talks about the In the Nights, Leslie Grace, who nabbed the role. I did not see that film. I didn't finish it, so I can't connect the dots there. But this is he's in talks to come back. That's basically what the article is saying. Larry, how are you feeling about all this, man? Are you excited? Do you not care? You on the fence? Let us know, sir. Let us know, please.
I mean, I like J.K. Simmons, and he's great as as Commissioner Gordon. He's also great as the editor for the the Daily Planet. But I mean, they can just make a movie about him, and it'd probably be more interesting.
I'm assuming you're not a Batgirl fan.
I mean, it's not that I'm not a Batgirl fan. It's just that she hasn't really. I I don't want to say I'm not a bad, I guess I'm not a Batgirl fan. It's not like I have anything against her. I just don't have anything for her either.
I got you.
It's just sort of I'm indifferent towards her, if that makes any sense. I just don't have anything for or against her. So I guess in that sense, it's a good thing because I'm sort of open. If I go in there and watch the movie, I will have zero expectations. So I mean, it could turn out that it's fantastic, and I'm totally open to it. I'm not going to go in there thinking that it's going to be great, and I'm disappointed. I'm not going to go in there expecting it to be disappointing. I'm just going to go in, and with zero expectations. So
I ain't mad at you, brother. Sharonda, how you feeling?
I don't care. I mean, this is where I'm at. I'm just gonna be honest. Can we just do new characters? Can I get a Nubia? Can I get a Vixen? Like, can we do characters that we haven't done before? And also, too, if y'all not even releasing this in theaters, then why do I care? That's already letting me know that you don't even believe in this project that is going strictly to streaming. So it's a no for me. I mean, nobody asking for Batgirl. Like, people barely get through Batwoman on CW. Like, what are we doing?
Isn't the CW show having like 15 Batwomen already? Isn't it like they changed it? Like, aren't they on like their third or fourth one now?
I think at least number 2.
We just don't care. I mean, just give us some new characters. Like, y'all did all of this, like, oh, we got like a non-white girl in this casting, and then y'all putting it straight on streaming. Like, y'all give me a break. Like, let's be honest about this. No one's gonna care if it's not releasing in theaters.
And the Vixen animated series was fire. I love that show, man.
What show is that?
The Vixen animated series.
I saw a couple of those. What I did see, I did like. So yeah, I'm not enthused about this, but Elliot, how you feeling?
Yeah, man, we talked about it last week and the week after that and the week before that. DC doesn't know what the hell they're doing. DC stands for disconnected. Like, they don't know what's going on. I don't know how J.K. Simmons is in this universe and he was in Zack Snyder's universe for all of 2 minutes. Why not just have Jeffrey Wright be the dad and just connect to the Matt Reeves universe? And to Sharonda's point, this character, Blue Beetle, I believe Static Shock, they want to give us, diverse characters, but they're going straight to streaming. They're going straight to HBO Max and not having the big screen debut. And again, we talked about last week, we got 15, Superman, there's another Batman character. I mean, DC, man, it hurts my soul and my heart because I love DC so much, but I don't know what they're smoking at DC, what they're doing. No one knows, but hey, let's see what Batgirl has to offer, man. Goodness gracious, DC. What is going on?
Look at that. She's back in the building. Lainey Womack.
What? We're like,
seen her for a minute.
Lainey, yes. Yes, Lainey Womack, $9.99. Sharonda, your finger waves are everything. That's all I had to say. LOL. Yes.
I'm just disappointed that she came back for you and not me. Man, I thought she was my ride or die. She came back for the waves.
Well, let me let's dance to
why am I jealous?
Back. Thank you so much, Lanny. I do appreciate. I said appreciate it. I can't even talk. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it, Lanny. And then because we were talking about her the other day. Was it last week on Lamar's channel? Larry was talking about, like, where the hell is Can you hear me, bro?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was like, I didn't get a response from you, so I was like, maybe I'm muted or something.
I was waiting for you to finish.
My fault. I think maybe it was a delay or something. My bad. But let's go ahead and move on. We are making good time. Let's go ahead and move on to this fourth topic of the day, and I am coming to Mr. Elliott with movie files on this one right here.
Oh, there we go. I came in at half price, but I got a little love.
Oh, yes. Karma Serene. Waves on Swim. Love Sharonda. Yes. Thank you, Karma. I appreciate it. And also, again, Miss Lainey Womack, for you, Larry. It's all love. Yes.
There you go.
And because
I'm on discount, but I still got a little love.
And here you go, Larry. I know you want your clip. Here you.
I love that clip. I don't
Yes.
know how he does it. He moves across the whole stage. His top of his body just never moves.
Yes, it's quite nice. Yeah, they loving the finger waves. You know, I'm
Fire.
that's,
You
that's
know?
pretty dope right there.
I'm saying I'm waiting for her to start doing that dance, the Josephine Baker dance.
I cannot.
You
Mm.
know?
So what topic is this right here? This is number. Oh, I got it out of order. This is number 4. And how many people we got in here? We got 134 people. Come on, y'all. We can do better than that. We only got 75 likes. Go ahead and give your boy a thumbs up. We're not gonna
You
go
know?
on until we get more
Come on.
thumbs up. Thumbs up party right now.
How many
It's
do we
going
have in the
down.
room right now?
We got 134.
Come on.
Can we
come on.
get 250 people in here? We
I
got
like
one
it. Let's
Facebook
do
person
that.
in here. Let's get some thumbs up, y'all. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Strictly
All right,
Starlight asks, what did Larry say about Simone B?
Yeah, we'll say that to the end, man. We'll say that to the end. But we got this 4th topic right here from the Hollywood Reporter. Tiffany Haddish, Lakeith Stanfield, and talks to star in Disney's Haunted Mansion. And just let the people know out there. Excuse me, if you're watching this via live or in the replay, there's a link down to this article down in the description box for you to read at your own leisure. And please let us know what you think in the comment section. And I'm coming to you first, Elliot, but I just have to say, I am not a fan of Tiffany Haddish. However, I do want her to win.
Mhm.
I hope this movie is good. I hope it's critically acclaimed, and I hope people, regular moviegoers, go see it and they like it. I hope it makes money. I'm not a fan of hers, but I do want her to win. Because you know she's liked by many. But comedian Tiffany Haddish and Oscar nominee Lakeith Stanfield are in negotiations to star in the Haunted Mansion, Disney's family adventure spook fest based on one of the company's signature rides. Justin Simien, who previously helmed Dear White People and Bad Hair, is making his big budget studio debut, directing the feature project from a script by Katie DePaul. Katie DePaul. Dan Lean and Jonathan Erich of Ryback will produce. Ryback's Nick Reynolds is exec producing. My goodness gracious. Elliot, I'm coming to you, man. How are you feeling about all this and the team up between Tiffany Haddish and Lakeith Stanfield?
No, interesting team up for sure. I'm a big Lakeith Stanfield fan. It's really going to be intriguing to see him kind of in a Disney-fied kids movie, family-oriented movie, because I've never really seen that. He has range, but I've never seen that come from his arsenal of acting sensibility. So it'll be interesting there. I'm supporting Tiffany Haddish, but you know, the first line says comedian Tiffany Haddish. I do not find her funny at all. But I'm hoping that maybe something in the script and working with Lakeith and working with the director and doing something different might bring something out of her that I've really never seen. But I'm rooting for it, man. Thumbs up. I'm excited for it. Maybe we'll see. I wasn't a big fan of the Eddie Murphy version of it. So, and I believe this one reads that Lakeith is a widower and he's moving in with his kids, and Tiffany Haddish is a fortune teller or something like that, or speak the ghost. So we'll see, man. This is an interesting pairing, but I'm not overly excited about it. But hopefully it'll surprise me and be one of the best films of that year whenever it comes out.
That's why I think it'll be good, because I think her personality will match the character she's written for, as far as like talking to dead people or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't.
Now, is this a Disney Plus exclusive like HBO with a Batgirl, or is this going to theaters? Did it mention that at all? Is it a theatrical release or a Disney Plus exclusive?
I don't know. I don't remember. Let me see. Go ahead and Control F theater. Okay, that's not working.
I don't think they said.
Yeah. I don't think they said.
Based on the story we'll talk about with Scarlett, maybe there's no more Disney Plus movies after this. So
no
maybe
more
it
Disney
will be
Plus premiere.
Yeah, maybe it will be a theatrical movie.
Sharonda, do you have any excitement for this, man? Miss Tiffany, and are you a fan of? I know you may have feelings about Lakeith, but how you feeling about all this?
I'm rooting for everybody black.
Hey, I ain't mad at you.
I mean,
I like that.
If I'm being honest, I don't care at all. Because I'm just tired of reboots and remakes. But I'm interested to see, like you said, see Lakeith in a role like this. But I'll still support. But I don't care, if I'm just gonna be honest. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Exquisite Corliss. That was funny. I feel they laughing at you for that because that is quite funny. Larry, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Yeah, man, I'll be honest with you. When I first heard about this, I thought this could be good because I'm a big Disneyland fan. I grew up in Southern California, went to Disneyland, at least every other year. Sometimes I went a couple times a year, depending on what the situation was. But the haunted house ride was always and is always one of my favorite rides. Every Disney I've been to around the world, I always make sure to visit that ride. I love it. It's fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing a movie on it that hopefully is better than the Eddie Murphy one that they did.
Hold on, which Eddie Murphy movie y'all talking about?
Eddie Murphy did a Haunted Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I missed. Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that one. I missed that one.
That one with what's her name? Scary Spice.
It's okay. You could have missed it.
Yeah. So I'm not the biggest fan of Tiffany Haddish now. Like, I used to like her when she came out, and then it was so much of the same thing, and she's just started to feel very one-dimensional. And so I think maybe this pairing with Lakeith Stanfield will be good. Maybe he can carry her. He's a strong enough actor that maybe he can carry her if she doesn't carry her own weight. And I think they're going to have to really write something for her that will make her interesting. And I mean, obviously people love the whole vibe that she gives, and I'm okay with that as long as if that's not all we get from her. She needs to give us a little something more. But at the same time, it seems like Disney's starting to do this whole thing where they want to make movies based off of their rides. We've seen it with Pirates of the Caribbean and the Jungle Book. And now, we saw they already did the Haunted Mansion. So it was like the Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, and then Jungle Cruise, and now again Pirates of the Caribbean. Haunted Mansion. And I mean, if it's anything like the Jungle Cruise, then no, I'm not for it. I'm not for it because I wasn't a fan of that movie. It felt like sort of a mashup between Pirates and Indy, and they didn't do either one of them well.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they do this movie anything like that with that same sort of vibe, then no. But I hope they do it right. I really do. I hope they do it really, really well.
Right on.
Lakeith sounds the most interesting. I feel like I'm more interested to see what Lakeith is gonna bring. Like, that's the one thing that makes me feel like, okay, I'm interested. No, I'm not interested. I'm interested in Lakeith.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
That's what I'm interested in.
I would have rather seen a different actress in here. I would have what's the woman's name that's in that show Run the World? That's like the one that always dresses fancy.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember her name.
Brisha Webb.
Maybe that's her, but I think she has some pretty good comedic timing. I don't think she's a comedian per se, but she's always funny on that show. Everything I've seen her in, she always seems to have pretty good comedic timing. I would have even liked to have seen what's her name in here, Regina Hall. I think she would have been good in here, but I mean, Tiffany Haddish might be okay. She's definitely very slapstickish, so maybe that's what they're looking for, but. Who knows?
I don't know why you showing this IMDb like that was gonna change something.
I think you're muted, Brandon.
You're muted.
You're muted, B.
I am muted. I'm muted. You're funny, Sharonda. I wanted to just show this Night School. I really did like her in this.
She was good in Night School and Girls Trip.
Yeah.
That's the best that I've seen her. She was really good in those movies. Like, very good.
Yeah.
I think because she was so comfortable with Kevin Hart. I mean, they've been friends forever. I think that chemistry and comfort just really came through on film.
But she was better than Kevin Hart in the movie. Watching her in Night School made me feel like she could do regular movies from what I saw her in Night School.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she took a lot of casting directors that way too.
The Tracy Morgan show she was in, I can't remember the name of it. With
OG.
Yeah, did you guys like her in that?
What's it called?
The last OG.
Last OG.
Like
Not
TNT or something like that.
She didn't have as integral of a role in that movie. I mean, in that TV series as she is, as a lead character in a movie. So I mean, I hate to say to put her in co-starring roles, but she was good in that because she wasn't the lead.
Already. Well, we'll see. Like,
We're
again,
Debbie Downers today.
I know.
I know. Somebody said she was good in Gerard Carmichael's show. She was good in that, but that was a good show. That was one of those shows that was so good that they had to cancel it because it was too damn good. You know,
That's horrible. That's
Gerard
horrible.
Carmichael was like, I give 0 Fs and I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. And he did. And it was fantastic. And they were like, yeah, we can't have this. This is just too real.
Already. Well, guys, we got 2 topics left, and they are the juiciest of the juicies. And let's go ahead and get into it. I'm coming to Sharonda first on this one. I usually write the orders down, but I didn't do that today for some reason. But I don't know. I'm sad about this. I really am.
Why you
but
sad?
Because we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. But I think this is the 5th topic of the day. This is where is this coming from? This is from Screen Rant. Black Panther 2, the video hints at T'Challa Memorial and his MCU story ending. And again, guys, I have the link. If you're watching this live or via live or the replay, I have the link to this article down in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. And please let us know what you think in the comment section. But it goes on to say a set video for Black Panther Wakanda Forever shows what seems to be a memorial to the beloved King T'Challa, played by the late Chadwick Boseman. Now, excuse me, I'm so sorry. A recently released set video for Black Panther Wakanda Forever hints at a memorial for the king, the character played by the late Chadwick Boseman. Celebrated actor Chadwick Boseman tragically passed last August. Although Boseman should be considered a hero in his own right, known for his inspirational example and charity work, to Marvel fans, he will always be remembered most fondly for playing the part of Black Panther in the MCU. Marvel Studios is determined to honor his legacy, and they've confirmed that they will not recast his role. Now, last year, they came out, I think it was October of last year, they came out with the Wakanda Files, where it's the language of Wakanda. You know, it's you can alphabets, all that good stuff. And on this set video, it shows an inscription in the Wakandan language. And when you translate it using the Wakanda Files, it says, "Rest in power, King T'Challa, our hero. It was an honor, Wakanda forever." And there's the picture. And Sharonda, I'm coming to you first. And to answer your question, why am I sad? Because I know it's very difficult for them on how to move forward creatively with the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman. Nobody knows what to do. You can't please everybody. My only request is take as much time as you can and just don't kill the character. You know, even if Shuri has to come in right now and be Black Panther, and M'Baku, you want to focus on this or that, that's fine. Just don't kill the character forever.
How about N'Jaka,
I don't even know who that is.
the rightful ruler of Wakanda?
Anyway, I'm gonna mute you, Larry.
Killmonger.
I just don't want them to I don't want them to kill off T'Challa, and it's looking like they're going to do that. There's so much more story to tell with this character, and I don't want that to be left on the cutting room floor. And all the people out there that'll be like, "Oh, you're a black man, and y'all just don't want to see a black woman in the Black Panther role, period." Because I've gotten those comments. No, I would love to see Shuri fulfill the Black Panther role for multiple films. I just want to see
though.
Yes,
The anti-vaxxer, transphobic one, or some other one.
Come on, man.
I'm just asking.
But I want to see T'Challa. I want to see all the T'Challa stories as well, in addition to Shuri's Black Panther stories. But Sharon, I'm coming to you first. How are you feeling about this set photo, this video, the news, the article, all that good stuff?
I just want everyone to let them make this movie in peace. I think that it's just, has he been gone a year yet?
No,
it'll be like a couple weeks. Yeah.
couple of weeks.
So here's how I feel about this whole thing in general. Everyone's talking about we need to recast T'Challa. I believe that Disney is going to recast T'Challa. There are multiple Black Panthers. Okay, that was the whole thing when we got introduced to this Black Panther. The previous Black Panther passed. A new one has to come. That is part of their tradition. You're literally rewriting everything we saw in the first movie if you don't recast. So I just think that people need to just chill. It hasn't even been a year. There's going to be a new Black Panther, but right now they can't do anything because, like Larry said, whether Shuri been out here wilding on Twitter, okay? So they can't make Shuri right now because there's going to be too much blowback on that. And so I just think we need to just let the movie ride the way that it is. It wasn't enough time in order to they had just got a script. Then you had to redo the script with Chadwick passing. I truly believe that T'Challa is going to be recast. I think we just need to chill, respect the family, respect the cast, because it has to be so hard for them to come back on set and not have Chadwick there, already having another rewrite of the script as a whole, having to relearn everything. I just think, I truly believe that we are blowing this out of proportion. I really do. I really want us to just, I feel like it's putting unbearable pressure on everyone that's involved with this project. And I just think that we need to just let it ride for a little bit. I think it's nice that they have a memorial that they're going to, I would rather them acknowledge that T'Challa is gone instead of just being like, oh, here's a new T'Challa. Forget everything that Chadwick did before. So I think that this is the best road. It's not going to be a T'Challa in this movie. And I'm okay with that. I think we just need to give them time to gear up and find somebody else that's going to be able to take over the mantle. Because right now, it cannot be Shuri. It's just not possible. It can't be her.
Here's my because I agree with half, and here's my pushback. My thing is, I wish they just didn't release this. Why? Like, because if we are blowing it out of proportion, like, they didn't have to tell us this. They could have just kept everything secret and let us find out about the memorial or the plot details of the story when we see the film.
How can they keep it secret? Everyone's talking about recast T'Challa, do this, do that. No one's giving them a chance to keep anything secret because we've been on their ass since Chadwick passed away.
So they didn't leak it. They didn't release this video. Or was this a leak? And this is kind of this is very specific.
I think she's saying that because there's been so much pressure on them because of all the recast T'Challa stuff and everyone having an opinion on one side or the other, that they felt pressure to release something, to say something about it.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
I could be wrong, but I'm thinking is that what you were trying to say?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. It's just I think it's insensitive just to recast T'Challa as if Chadwick was never T'Challa. Like,
of course,
it rubs me the wrong way. So I personally, and we don't even know if this is true. Did Disney?
Yeah, this was like a video set of someone. Yeah, I saw the video. It's not like So this isn't confirmed. To Sharana's point,
continue. It's on you anyway. Elliot. So
no, I mean, no, like to that point, I don't. Yeah, the video, of course, there's so many things on the internet and all that stuff, but to Sharana's point in regards to this whole situation with Ryan Coogler and the whole cast and crew trying to figure something out, and I'm kind of in the same boat in regards to decisiveness. Rather, we're fans of the idea of not acknowledging the whole idea of if they just. The film would have came out and T'Challa is on a mission. He's off doing something that would have just been to me, it would have been kind of silly. But again, we got to give this film the trailer first. The synopsis hasn't even been out. Very vague synopsis. I mean, I'm kind of in the boat with Larry or let's just say Brandon with the holding off of the film and maybe with the announcement of the Wakanda show that should have replaced the film to give them a little bit more time to breathe, to try to figure something out and maybe build to another T'Challa. But I don't know, man, it does feel kind of money hungry in regards to Disney, in regards to this film, meeting that deadline to come out next year versus, putting it back on the back burner. But again, let's see what Ryan Coogler and the team has for us, man. But it's a tough situation, man. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. So we'll see.
Can I bring this back to the main issue that I've been stating for the past year about Black Panther? Because if we treated Black Panther the way that we treat all of our other Marvel movies, you wouldn't even be in this predicament right now because you would have had another movie a long time ago. Because the fact that we're getting Doctor Strange and we're getting another Captain Marvel before Black Panther, that still bothers me to this day.
Aren't they working on like their third Thor or their fourth Thor?
Yeah, that's true before.
How did
because Doctor Strange, the first one came out in 2017,
and Black Panther came out in 2018, and Captain Marvel came out way after that, and we already got another Captain Marvel. coming. So
No, I'm saying though, it wouldn't the Doctor Strange 2 come before a Black Panther 2 since the first one came out before the first one?
who made more money?
Well,
It's a money game at the end of the day. I just feel like at the end of the day, we have never treated Black Panther the way that it should have been treated, the way that it should have been celebrated. It still is poor planning on Disney, and I'm gonna go to my grave with that. How are we getting another? Doctor Strange was whack as hell. Who was asking for the Doctor Strange? Because our show as hell wasn't.
Wong was dope though.
and it's also kind of do with like the story too. Like, okay, because you with Doctor Strange 2 coming, it was before the first Black Panther, but at the same time, it's you need that character to handle the multiverse, connecting to all these other movies. You're trying to do the Sony thing with Spider-Man as well, so it's kind of like a plot thing too. That now your argument does make sense definitely because of Ant-Man. That doesn't make any sense why we have I agree with you 100%. The Ant-Man thing makes no sense whatsoever because even though they are successful, it's the least successful out of all of them, and it's the least popular character. And so the only thing I'm thinking they're doing that is because they're trying to stall. But that's still not a good, that still does not make sense to me. So that makes perfect sense.
But your Doctor Strange don't make no sense because they've been effing up the multiverse and the timelines for 2 movies, 2 TV shows. So Doctor Strange ain't been doing nothing anyway.
He's been chilling.
Well,
hold
on, but before these go away, let me get to these 2 super chats real quick. JR, $5. Storm and T'Challa are too good a couple just to throw away. I agree 100%.
How do y'all love them? They are toxic.
They really are toxic though. But that's a good way to bring them back is to bring them back in an X-Men movie. Bring T'Challa back in an X-Men movie instead of in a Black Panther movie, because then they can bring them back in an X-Men movie and then tie that in to another Black Panther movie.
Hold on, we got another. Okay, there it is. It was another super chat, and it was talking about Sharon. I don't want to mess it up. Is this it? Jermaine Cook, $10. This is for Sharonda. We do need to chill out. And what video I want to play for y'all real quick because that. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. And Elliot, I want to kind of respond to something that you were saying as well. How do I get this off the screen? I wish if it was me that was like, Brandon, we don't know what to do. We want you to handle it. Tell us what to do. I'll be like, okay, let's wait on Black Panther 2 because like Sharonda said, it ain't even been a year, and we don't just want to, recast T'Challa Chadwick like he's nothing. So put Black Panther 2 on hold and just focus on the Wakanda shows. That will hold me over.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if we didn't get a Black Panther 2 until 2025, 2026 or whatever, if we're still getting other Black content.
That's the
especially
problem.
when it has to do with Wakanda, with the Wakanda show or whatever. And so I do agree. Yeah, we don't want to just be like, oh, we cast, because it is a bit sensitive. Of course, we're gonna be affected a bit more. Because the guy looks like us. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Larry, how you feeling about it?
But wait a minute, they took too long on the Wakanda shows. Like, this is further proving my point. They still took forever on a Wakanda show. We ain't got no shows. We just got ideas of what we're gonna do for shows. So you still have to wait for that, and we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah,
so
that's getting worse again.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna see the truth. Y'all gonna be woke one day and realize how dirty they did Black Panther. Y'all gonna wake up one day. I'm gonna pray for y'all.
I don't know. Larry, how you feeling now?
You know how I feel, man. I feel like we should just go ahead and bring back the true and rightful ruler of Wakanda.
I put that picture in there for you.
Right there. That's it right there. Let those two get married right there. That's a power couple for you. Except we might just switch that photo up. It's probably going to be Michaela. What's her name? Michaela Cole. Because she might be the new Shuri. Because Shuri's out there just all letting all the crevices of her brain.
Hold on, bro. Wasn't that like 8 months ago when she made that comment, or she's still doing it now?
Have not forgotten about that.
I'll tell you, the problem is you can make something 8 months ago, but if you don't ever back away from it, then It's just gonna stay there.
How long we gonna put that in the ether though? You know, like.
But
I mean,
we're Black people and we're harder on Black talent. And I guarantee you, as soon as they say Shuri's going to take over the mantle, you're going to have people bringing up all of her comments. And Disney is not going to lose that LGBTQ plus. They're not going to lose that money. So
she said something about LGBTQ.
Yes.
I thought she, no, I
It was
thought
transphobic stuff. It was anti-vaxxer stuff.
Oh, yeah, I heard about the
going on.
anti-vax stuff. I heard about the anti-vax stuff. I don't know if she said nothing about LGBTQ. Okay.
What is that? Only women believe in goofy canceling. I believe that Black women are the first to get canceled. They will be canceled. And I think as a Black community, we are harder on our Black talent.
Oh yeah,
I just want to say to what is it to Jaren 215 says Killmonger is Shuri's cousin. Yes, and apparently you don't understand how royal families work.
I don't.
They all marry cousins. That's the way they keep their bloodlines pure. That's just what they do. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what it is. But personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Killmonger, Black Loki, and Miles Morales all come through just set tripping like this is 616 click and just come through and just causing problems. I mean, the multiverse has made it so anything can happen. I mean, all this T'Challa's dead, he's this, he's that, anything could happen now that they've blown open the multiverse with Loki. They can do whatever in the hell they want and they can make it make sense.
Can you highlight BJ Kid 14 for me real quick?
I sure can. Is it at the bottom? Okay, let me see what BJ's saying. How the movie just came out 2018. Endgame was 2019, and 2020 was washed for everything. They're not dragging their feet with this. They're honestly do the opposite.
Yeah, let me help bring them out of the sunken place real quick. So let's go back to Infinity War and Endgame. Mm-hmm. And I believe there was a quote because someone asked him about this, about why Wakanda was so little in both movies. And they admitted they never believed the movie would be as successful as it was. And that's why we got shortchanged in Wakanda in Infinity War. And that's why Okoye got shortchanged in Endgame. This is literally proving my point on how they have dragged their feet since the beginning of time about Black Panther. And let's not forget that the best part of Civil War was T'Challa beating everybody ass.
I was just watching that last night too. Yeah, he was so awesome in that film.
And I want to talk about William Moloch saying, "Cancel Larry, protect Shuri." First of all, nobody's canceling me. You know, I am uncancelable.
Can y'all kick No Ma'am out? Because clearly they're just some woman hurt their feelings in a previous life. They just hate women. I
can't deal with their energy today.
Well, I mean, you literally have a block on the Stop it, y'all tripping.
I didn't even no man, because you was polite in my live earlier today in Power. So
because you're a man.
No man sometimes gets a little out of pocket. But most of the time I think he tries to be
sorry,
reasonable.
Do you not see the female symbol?
No, if his energy's not right now,
I didn't put it together. My fault. I didn't that's my bad.
They cool with you because you're men. You have penises. Because I was born with vagina is the problem. So okay.
No.
Well, hey, no man.
I absolutely adore vaginas. This is not a problem at all.
Rich saying y'all together. But what's up, lady?
Anyways, my point being was Shuri. He was saying cancel Larry and protect Shuri. I'm not saying get rid of Shuri at all. I was talking about Letitia Wright. Let's just get it right. When it wasn't Shuri that was tweeting, it was Letitia Wright that was tweeting, and she was real reckless. And when you are part of a multi-billion-dollar franchise like the MCU is, and you have a piece of that and you're making a crap ton of money, it is your best interest just to go pay some fresh college graduate $60,000, $70,000 a year to be your social media manager, and don't post stupid stuff. Let her post screenshots of you on set. Let her post, nice little things, little updates that Marvel says you can post. Let her post your new shoes, your new outfits, you with your family, vacation photos, anything but something that is political and controversial. Leave that mess alone. It will ruin your career.
Right on. Yeah, we'll see. And
leave that to us. Let us ruin our careers.
I was gonna say, no, ma'am. I haven't seen every comment, but just make sure you're being respectful. We're not gonna tolerate any shenanigans.
We talking about comic books, and this black woman up here just trying to wake people up tonight, and I ain't gonna stop.
Wait, what? Is that what was said? Oh no, that's not cool. That's gotta go.
What are you talking about?
It's okay. Let them do them. I look. Don't worry. I'm gonna keep waking people up.
Already. Well, guys, let's go ahead and get to the elephant in the room, the biggest topic of the day.
Somebody talking about Don Cheadle being replacing Terrence Howard. And I'm thinking to myself, come on now. Terrence Howard, he should have never been cast in that role. Let's just be real. He should have never been in that role in the first place.
I mean, Terrence Howard was the bigger star though.
But he wasn't good.
This was about money. They didn't want to pay him money, and he was technically the bigger star then. I'm just saying, and they still don't do nothing with Rhodey now. But I mean, that's a conversation for a different day.
I feel like we are due for a good War Machine movie.
He got a show coming out, bro.
Next year or 2 years from now. Armored Wars.
You good, man?
We're good.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Man. About to give me a heart attack, bro.
Sorry,
you're about to give me a heart attack, man. God damn. But let's go ahead and move on to the final topic of the day. I have so much to say about this one. I forgot who I can't. Did I come to you first last time, Sharonda?
Child, leave me out of it, okay?
Okay. All right. Well, last topic of the day. This is crazy, right? I'm going to come to you first, Elliot, real quick. And it is all over the thumbnail. It is at the very beginning of the title of this video. This news dropped last Thursday like wildfire, and we kept getting updates and exclusives day after day, and it's just crazy. I got the report right here from the Wall Street Journal. Says Scarlett Johansson sues Disney over Black Widow's streaming release. And since I don't have a subscription to Wall Street Journal, we're going to go over here to Variety where we can actually read it. And it says, yes, she's suing Disney over the contract breach of her film. Disney's decision to release Black Widow on Disney Plus at the same time it hit theaters has sparked a legal battle with Scarlett Johansson, the actress tasked with playing the Marvel superhero. And guys, just to let you know, if you're watching this via live or in the replay, there's a link down to this article in the description box for you to read at your own leisure. And then it just goes on to say, what's up, man?
I just want to say, I'm looking in the comments section. Somebody said over here, I need to be more responsible with my comments. I just want to address this right quick before you move on.
In the middle
I am fully responsible for my comments. I do not back away from my comments. I take them good or bad. I let people take them and they love me or they hate me. I don't really care either one way or the other, but I take full responsibility for my comments. And if you don't like what I say, that's cool, but I'm still going to say them. So that's that. I know a lot of people get in the comments. They hear stuff that people say on here. They get all butthurt and get their feel. I shouldn't say that. Someone's going to get upset and say I'm saying something wrong because they get butthurt. But guess what?
Keep that lady silent. Y'all are really bugging. Keep that lady silent on this one.
No. That's a block. That's a block. No. That's a block. No. That's a block right there. Hold on.
What did Nina the Diva say on Lamar's show? That's small dick energy. What is up with all that tonight? It's like a lot of
women talking about comic books. That's what happened when we started talking about DCU, MCU, like it bothers them, man.
Don't forget about the PCU.
About my gosh.
No, I'm
don't
blocking,
forget about the PCU.
I'm blocking that one.
We can't forget about the Power Cinematic Universe because you know what, that is
right. You right.
So that person is blocked. Where my moderators at? Where y'all at, man? Yeah. Get them out of there. That's some bullshit right there. We're not.
I'm sorry,
tolerating
B.
that,
I
whatever.
keep interrupting you, man. My bad.
You do, man. You do.
These
I
crazy
don't
comments keep
get it,
interrupting
man.
people. Shoot.
Yeah. Can I continue? Can I?
Yeah,
continue?
please, man. I'm sorry. My bad.
In a lawsuit filed Thursday in Los Angeles Superior Court, attorneys for my goodness gracious, Johansson alleged that the Star contract was breached when the studio opted not to debut the film exclusively in theaters, a move that claimed to press ticket sales for Avengers spinoff. Much of Johansson's compensation was tied to the box office performance of Black Widow. If it hit certain benchmarks, bonuses would kick in. And again, Elliot, I'm coming to you first, and I have that report, not the report, but the quote right here. Disney intentionally induced Marvel's breach of the agreement without justification in order to prevent Miss Johansson from realizing the full benefit of her bargain with Marvel, the suit reads. I just want to let y'all know this topic's so big. I have multiple articles for this one topic, and everybody is going to get to talk multiple times if they want to. But so far, and also I want to read this one too. Disney chose to placate to Wall Street investors and paid its bottom line rather than allow its subsidiary Marvel to comply with the agreement, the suit reads. To no one's surprise, Disney's breach of the agreement successfully pulled millions of fans away from the theaters and towards Disney Plus streaming service. Elliot, how are you feeling about this big old mess that's been
it's messy.
boss hogging the internet airstreams for the past few days?
Man, where to start, man? Does it start with the lack of faith that Disney had in Black Widow? Does it start with this? Why wasn't the negotiations rehashed when they came up with this idea? Does it start with Scarlett Johansson and her relationship with Disney moving forward? Because she's supposed to get announced like 2 weeks ago that she's going to be producing and starring in a Disney project. What was the not
Tower
the
of Terror.
Tower of Terror? So it's just like, is that blood? Is that blood? You know, is that distracting? That it's so much to look into, man. And as far as like size thing, I totally agree. You know, as far as where Scarlett's coming from, if you breached the contract, you breached your contract, even though she made the 20 mil. But if it was, to be honest with you, though, I mean, financially speaking, I don't know what they would have done with this film because it didn't do the numbers that they were expecting anyway. So I don't know if she would even got the big check after. I mean, yes, with Disney Plus, it made $60 million, whatever, but I don't know if it would have made her the money that she was maybe looking for with incentives. But nonetheless, Disney. This to me just really makes me nervous for the future of the MCU with my man, what's his name?
Bob Chapek.
Bob Chapek.
Yeah.
Man, this is interesting, man. I think this is one of many things that might, in the next few years, we might start to see some cracks in the hole of the MCU, and this is one of them. This is crazy, man, and then all the stuff, the snowball effect with some other actors that are coming out with Emma Stone and Emily Blunt and all that stuff. And I read an article this morning that The Rock might not pursue this. It's just really, really interesting to see how this plays out, which I think this is the end of Premiere Plus for the foreseeable future. But again, I'm totally on Scarlett's side about getting that bag, and if they breach the contract, then definitely, she should take legal actions to do so. But she's going against the mouse, so we'll see how this turns out, man. But this is, like I said, there's so much to break down in all this. But my initial thoughts is, she has every right to ask for the money she deserves, even though I don't think she would have gotten the money because the film wasn't financially successful. But
right on. And there you go, Sharonda. Everybody loving you in the chat right now, except for those a couple of idiots. And so I'm gonna let you know that. So
Sharonda always gets love up in here.
Yeah, Sharonda all the love. They be like, B, why don't you bring Sharonda back? I'm like, she busy.
But Sharonda don't come.
Huh?
I'd be like, this is why Sharonda does not come.
I feel you. JR,
get rid of the incels.
Thank you so much for the super chat for $2.22. She asked to speak to the manager of Disney. Yes, I agree. She did. I'm not mad at her. Now I want to go ahead and say this before I come to you, Larry. I am full-heartedly believe that this is the absolute end. That the head is chopped off. There will be no more Disney Plus Premiere packages for $30. That ship has sailed, blown up, sunk to the bottom of the ocean. Larry, it is done. I am being petty. I am rubbing it in your face, sir, all in your face, because we be going back and forth because it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and this is proof. Look at this, Larry. Look at this. I'm rubbing it in. This is shit. 343. That is horrible. I got a bunch of articles, but look, man, or anybody just in general, this movie was easily pirated. It was the most pirated movie ever. It was pirated more than the Tomorrowland, and it is so easy to do it. You buy the premiere movie. I have an OBS program right now. All I got to do is hit play and hit record on my OBS. I'm screen
Brandon giving
recording.
out tips tonight. Huh?
I mean, it's so easy to do it. It takes 5 minutes. It takes 5 minutes to record it. You have this crisp, clear HD copy of the movie. Ain't nobody finna pay for that, so it doesn't work. The only way this premiere thing will work, and I want y'all's opinion on this, is if they watermark it. Like when you because you know if you know if we get sometime when we get screeners, they watermark our copies so we don't leak the movie out or whatever. And so if you do have a Disney Plus subscription and then you pay for a film premiere access, it has your email, you know, not your credit card, but it just has your information somewhere watermark on the thing so you can't copyright it. But I mean, look, I mean, I don't see how anybody can argue with this right here. The movie was pirated the F out of, and this is the result of it. And so I just don't see how the premiere thing can work anymore. I'm happy about this because I want the blockbusters to go to the theaters. Bob Chapek is an idiot in my opinion, because I understand we had a pandemic, and so we need more content to go. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. We need content to go to the Disney Plus. So they did that. He produced more shows with Armor Wars, with the Guardians of the Galaxy Groot thing, the Hawkeye show, She-Hulk, the Ironheart, you know, Moon Knight, you know, that he was giving them shows to put on Disney Plus, but no, he wants to be a dum-dum and go ahead and do the dual hybrid release, and this is what happened right here. And so we're gonna talk about Kevin Feige too. Oh, but before I come to you, Larry, on that, let me go ahead and go to the second article on this, because that's what happened with Black Widow. She's suing Disney, but Disney is clapping back. This clapping is from Variety as well. Too. Yeah, and the article is down in the description. Disney fires back as Scarlett Johansson calls Black Widow lawsuit sad and distressing. And what do they have to say? The Walt Disney Company clapped back. They actually put clap back in the article. And Black Widow star Scarlett Johansson slamming the actress' breach of contract lawsuit for showing callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. That's crap, man. A salary is a salary. But yeah, there is no merit whatsoever to this filing, Disney said, an unusually fiery statement. The lawsuit is especially sad and distressing, like I just said. Larry, the floor is yours, man. How you feeling about all this?
First of all, I just want to say that if she honestly believes that Disney did this without first running this through a whole team of lawyers to make sure that they could do this legally without getting themselves in any trouble, she is just fooling herself and probably costing herself a crap ton of money in legal fees. I am almost willing to bet money on the fact that Disney's going to come out of this and say, there is no breach of contract. We have it right here that we can do this. And
she tried to renegotiate her contract, though. Before all of this happened, they met and she tried to renegotiate and they would not do anything.
So it sounds to me like they already knew they had the ability to do it. She was unhappy that she couldn't get it renegotiated, so she tried to sue now. But here's the problem, and I said this before, you're not going to find much sympathy out there for a young, pretty chick that was paid $20 million. Most of the people out there that are starving, hungry, they literally just yesterday got rid of the eviction moratorium. And you think that the public sentiment is going to be, oh, we feel so sorry for this young, pretty white lady that just got paid $20 million and now she wants $20 million more. People aren't going to feel that. They're going to be like, we don't care. In fact, they shouldn't even have given this on premiere. They should have given it to us on regular Disney Plus. That's how people are going to feel about it. Now, here's how I do feel. If you're contractually obligated to get something, you should get it. I just think Disney, I just truly believe that Disney was smart enough to make sure that they can release this in the way that they did without any legal ramifications on their part. They may have to go. I would not be at all surprised if she's pissed off that she ends up paying Disney's legal fees, because she might end up going out there and realizing that she didn't spend $2-3 million in legal fees and nothing's gonna come of it. What I don't understand is why she just did why they can't sit down in a room and with Disney executives and say, look, I'm unhappy with this. You know exactly why. Disney can say,
I'm about to say,
hold on.
She did.
I know, but hold on, and they can just simply say, look, we know we're not gonna renegotiate this contract, but how about this? We know that your character's killed off. How about we give you this movie? We were gonna pay you 10 million for this one, 10 million for that one. We'll just make it 15 on this one, 15 on that one. That'll be an extra 10. It'll make up the difference of what you lost on Black Widow anyways. And call it a day. Just let it go in the wash. And that way everybody stays looking clean and glowing and shining on the public face. But right now, I think the way it is, I think no one's looking good. Disney's looking like the big corporate monster. She's looking like the greedy rich chick that wants people to go into the
greedy
theater.
For wanting what she's worth?
That's what I'm saying.
For wanting people to go in, because basically what she's saying is, when I heard this story, I was looking at her like the same way I looked at Christopher Nolan when he was like, I want my movies in the theater. I don't
Larry,
care. I was like, man, fuck y'all. I was like, if it wasn't for premiere, sir, I wouldn't even have seen that damn movie. I was like, because there was no way in Sam Hillbilly hell I was going to the movie theater to see no damn Black Widow or any other movie.
So Larry, I'm sorry. So you're saying that she should not get the salary that she earned and deserved and signed up for because she's attractive?
No,
she's successful?
No, that is not what I'm. See, I'm
asking though.
No,
I mean, this whole thing has been sexist from the beginning. But keep going.
I'm not saying that she shouldn't get her money because she's attractive. What I'm saying is that there is a public sentiment that goes along with this, and a lot of people out in the public are going to say, this is ridiculous. I don't care that some pretty young chick that's already getting paid $20 million wants more. Why should I care about this? Why do you think Disney released this stuff out into the public sphere? Because they want to win the battle in the court of the public opinion, because they know here's this young chick who's rich, who's already been paid $20 million. And people are going to say, you got paid $20 million and you want me to go pay $17 to go to the movies in the middle of a pandemic? There, people are going to be like, man, F that B. That's the way people are going to think, and that's why Disney released it. And I would have not have gone to see this movie no matter what. I don't care if they released Black Panther forever. At the same time they had released Black Widow, I was not going to the movie theater to see anything. And a lot of people feel that way.
With respect, my brother, I wholeheartedly disagree. Your salary is your salary is your salary.
Look how many people watched it on Premiere because they didn't want to go to the theaters, but they were willing to pay for it.
Nobody paid for it on Premiere, my brother. They made
60 mil on Premiere.
Worldwide, sir.
60 in the theater, 60 in Premiere, 80 in the theaters. They were only 20 off. You know what that tells me?
That's not a lot of bread.
You know what that says? That says that all they need to do is tweak the business model for Premiere, and they have a success on their hands.
Bro,
they probably would have made 80 and 80 if they dropped the price to $20.
Larry, it seemed like you kind of just making stuff up as you go. What do you mean tweak the business model? Like tweak it to what? That you can't do it, Larry. Sharonda, what's the safety? How much do you know how much the budget for safety was? The Disney thing that was released last year with Jamie Foxx's daughter. Let me look that up real quick.
I don't know. I just want to have my turn to defend myself.
Go ahead. Defend yourself while I look it up.
You feel like I attacked you, Sharonda?
I don't even look right now with this Will telling me get out of my feelings. Let's just talk facts, okay? Let's just talk facts.
Wait, someone who being disrespectful? Who I got to block?
It don't matter. No. Let them, because I need them to hear the truth, okay? So at the end of the day, Scarlett Johansson was Scarlett Johansson was the best talent that they had when they started the MCU.
Very true.
At the time when she joined the MCU, she had already been nominated for 2 BAFTAs, been nominated for 3 Golden Globes. She's a Tony Award winner as well. And the fact that y'all really sitting up here talking about because she already got paid, she's greedy.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that either.
She was the highest level of talent that Marvel had when the MCU started, okay? Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, she's still making less than Robert Downey was making $40 million by the time that he left. And they got him at the end of his career. This helped revitalize his career as well. At the end of the day, the reason why she had to wait to file a suit after the movie premiered is because you cannot sue somebody for what they might do. You have to wait for them to actually commit the act in order to sue them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, too, she wasn't the first person upset about any of this stuff happening with movies having a dual streaming and theater release. Remember, when Warner Brothers announced that HBO Max titles were going to premiere on streaming the same day of release, people were ready to riot. That was the whole thing with Christopher Nolan, who had to fight to keep Tenet. They also paid Gal Gadot more money to put Wonder Woman 84 on streaming. She had to renegotiate her contract in order to get more money, because at the end of the day, these actors, yes, they get paid up front, but they still make a back end on the box office. She's also an executive producer of Black Widow as well, that has other implications as well for her in this whole thing.
Hold on, are you talking to us or somebody in the chat?
I'm talking to everybody.
Oh, because I'm on your side. I just want to let you know that.
No, but you have to break it down to help people really understand where the issue is in the first place.
Right.
So at the end of the day, the reason why this is such a big deal, and because they did breach the contract, because if you're blaming COVID on this, since you're saying you care about all the people talking about COVID, when your parks are currently open right now, putting people in danger, that is a problem. Why is Spider-Man going only to theaters? Spider-Man is not being released on Disney Premier Access. It is strictly only in theaters. So to say that she doesn't have a point is crazy to me, because then all of your other movies should be following the same suit. The reason why people are trying to down her at the end of the day, and y'all can yell at me, whatever, is because she's a woman. God forbid this woman who didn't need a Marvel movie. She was already at the peak of her career. How dare her, after getting 20 million, ask to get the money that she deserved in the first place? The reason why Disney tried to be petty and release her salary, which is something they shouldn't have done. It was a very petty thing for them to do, because if she wins this, and there is a high probability that she will win this, other people will be there to get their money. It doesn't matter that they're richer than us. It doesn't matter that we ain't got no money. At the end of the day, you get paid what you owe. And that's all it is. And if she wins, then they're going to be sued by other people. And we probably not going to be having the same conversation. Because I'm confused why it's such a big deal that Scarlett is asking for it, but other people are following suit now. She's just the first person to actually do it. But when this whole thing happened with HBO Max, everybody was pissed. People were ready to sue. She's just the only person that actually did it. So what's the problem? I guarantee you that Hollywood support her. And there's average people that support her. But the fact that we doing all of this, acting like this wasn't an issue before, and the fact that you have movies like Spider-Man that's going strictly to theaters, that's a problem. It's a huge problem.
Well, Larry, I'm gonna come to you anyway, Larry, because you got somebody that sent you a super chat and it addresses you. So I'm gonna come to you next. But I just have to respond to Sharonda. Yeah, I agree. It is a bunch of crap. Sharonda, I don't feel that Scarlett is being greedy at all. I mean, if her contract was breached, her contract was breached. Now I'm gonna steal a little page out of E-Man's book, because he was saying in his breakdown that it just depends. I'm not a lawyer and I haven't read the contract, and so that Disney could come back and be like, no, we did release it in theaters, but we also released it in Premiere. Our contract doesn't say theaters exclusively. It just says released in theaters. And so if you're looking at it like that and crossing hairs, you know, Scarlett may not win. I want her to win. I am on Team ScarJo's side. It's just for clarification. But I don't think that Scarlett is being greedy at all. I mean, if just as simple, if it's a breach of contract, it's a breach of contract. And I think Disney did some hoe ass stuff by saying, you're trying to play victim. Oh, you're being sensitive about the COVID global pandemic, and we've already paid you $20 million. That doesn't mean that a goddamn thing. I don't care if my salary is $85,000 a year, you know, and I only get paid $75,000. You know, I want my remaining $10,000. You know, don't be like, well, we paid you $75,000. No, give me what I earn, give me what I work for. Now, I don't want to know. I don't want to go as far as saying that, because I think one of the articles said that she could be potentially missing out on like $50 million on bonuses, which is crazy. I don't know if they're thinking that the Black Widow film would make $1 billion. It could. I'm not saying it's impossible, going into before this, I was thinking that it'll at least make like 700 to 800 million. It may have made $1 billion as well, but I just have to say, I don't think she's being greedy at all. I'm on her side. And Larry, I'm gonna let you speak, and you can also respond to Lainey, who provided a super chat. Larry, you're sadly incorrect. Pandemic aside, if Disney decided to do the same day release, she should have been compensated through royalties or some other measure to offset the box office revenue. And also, Lainey said as well, she's not selfish, she's not greedy, she's a woman demanding what she's worth. And if a man did the same, he'd be called a brilliant businessman already. Well, and thank you so much, Lainey Womack, for the super chat. And Larry, if you have a response, or if you want, I think you had something to say anyway. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I think that people are misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she shouldn't be paid. What I'm talking about is when you have for all intents and purposes, Scarlett Johansson is a company, and you have Disney, who is also a company, and they are fighting it out in the public space. And when you have two people that are both ridiculously wealthy in a time of huge and massive income inequality, when people are literally getting evicted because of a eviction moratorium that just happened, and you have a global pandemic,
what does it matter?
Hold on. People don't care about whether or not some millionaire is going to get a few more millions of dollars, and that's why I'm saying that she is going to lose this battle in the court of public opinion. Now, I also said that I do not believe that Disney did this recklessly. I believe Disney did this because they sat down with the lawyers, they went line by line through this contract, and they said, yes, you have a legal right to release this day and date. And if you do, you might get sued, but you can still go ahead and do it. They probably told them the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to sour your relationship with Scarlett Johansson. And we all know Disney is Disney. She's going to be mad for a little while, and then she's going to come back and make another movie with them. She's already has one in the works. So that's just something that's going to happen. And now as far as should they have done this? That's up to them. I mean, if they have the right to do it, they have the right to do it. I mean, I'm not going to the movies no matter what. So for me to see this movie, it would have had to been seen at home. Because I mean, if right now, I couldn't have told you if the movie was good or bad if it was only in theaters. Would not have had. I would, as much as I love Killmonger, if they made a Killmonger standalone movie, well, maybe Killmonger might, but no. Even then, I'm not going to the movies to see a movie. I'm just not doing it. And a lot of people feel that same way. Yeah, and you have the Delta variant kicking off, and you have people talking. I know, Toronto, you said Spider-Man is only supposed to go to the theaters. A lot of these movies or contracts are written that they're supposed to go only to the theaters. But if this pandemic keeps going in the direction that it's going, we don't know what's going to be moved over to streaming and what's going to be pushed back so that maybe it can go into the theaters a year or 2 years later. We don't know. We don't even know if we have Delta kick up like it's already been kicking up. We don't even know if the theaters are going to survive another surge, another outbreak.
I don't know why we're mentioning COVID. I don't know why we're mentioning COVID. If that's because Disney mentioned COVID, they don't care about these people dying because they risking their people's lives to go to these damn Disney theme parks. So I don't understand why we're talking about who broke, who ain't got money, who could be sick. It's for the people that choose to go to theaters. At the end of the day, you could have held the movie until the pandemic was over, just like y'all pushed back several movies until the pandemic could possibly be over. But at the end of the day, she's not the only one who feels this way. And it doesn't matter if she was supposed to get more money and she's missing out. And this is her last film in her contract. So it's not like she has other films to call this a wash and be able to make it up on some other films. That's a problem.
Agreed.
I agree it's a problem.
They made money this whole time. They're not struggling.
I agree it's a problem.
Now,
I agree it's a problem. My point still remains is that I don't think that Disney did this recklessly. I think that if the contract, I bet you if you go through those contracts line by line, you will find that Disney has the legal authority to release these movies day and date, and they're going to find it.
Black Widow was already on the books before we had COVID.
Right.
Know that. They were already doing Black Widow before the pandemic, so we don't.
I bet you right now, everybody who deals with Disney is making sure that they have clauses in those contracts that protect their artists from this happening moving forward. But I bet you all those contracts that were signed before this happened, right now those artists are shitting in their pants thinking, oh crap, this could happen to me because I signed a similar contract, and Disney has a way to get this onto Disney Plus Premiere without me having any legal recourse.
But
That's
you're
the
saying
point.
this as
That's
if
the
she
point.
didn't try to renegotiate
She's going
that
to lose.
contract.
She's
tried
going to lose. And
negotiate though, and they wouldn't do it.
She's going, and this is the reason why I've said in the comments, and when we
Let me
talk on our
jump in
private
here.
thread, this is the reason why I've said that Disney should hire young and should hire dumb. You don't have to pay these
Come
people
on,
with all
bro.
these back end deals when you're not dealing with Scarlett Johansson. No one cares if you start hiring people to make Marvel movies. Thor, Spider-Man, all that. No one cares if you hire Scarlett Johansson. People show up for Thor and Black Panther and
Larry,
for
what
Loki. They don't
does
show up for
that
Scarlett
have to?
Johansson
What does that?
or for
What
Robert
does that
Downey Jr.
have
They
to
show up for
do
the
with
Marvel
anything?
characters.
What does that have to do with anything? Hiring somebody young, dumb, with an inexperience. Nobody's coming. My brother. I don't know.
I just explained. I'll explain it again. When you hire someone who's young and hungry, and they're young and dumb, as they say, and young and hungry, they're not asking for 5 points on the back end. They're asking for the job.
So basically, they're not asking. They're not asking for what they're worth. They because at that time they're getting what they're worth. They're asking for the job. They're not asking for 5 points. She is not asking for anything unreasonable, Larry.
Scarlett was above Marvel when she joined.
I know she was, and I agree
she was
with
getting
you.
paid $20 million a movie since Jump.
And I agree with you. Well, but that was my whole point. That's why you don't hire Scarlett Johansson. That's why you don't hire Robert Downey Jr. That's why you don't hire these people. You find people young, new talent that can do these roles. When people show up,
Larry, that's a straw man argument. They don't got nothing to do with nothing. That does not have anything whether or not a contract was breached. Now have Elliot, I'm gonna get you in here, bro. I just
hey man, I'm just enjoying the content, man.
First of all, what I was trying to say earlier with the safety movie, I couldn't find the production budget on that. Okay, so Black Widow is $200 million production budget. We talked about this a billion times. The film had to make at least $600 million worldwide for the studios to feel they made a respectable profit, not just a few dollars. That's not going to happen. It's not going to make any money. The reason why I brought up safety is let's just pretend that that's like a $10 million production budget. Make smaller movies like that and release that on Disney Plus so you can get your subscription up. Do that all day. You can make 20 of those movies compared to one Black Widow, and you're good. Okay, doing this $200 million plus on that's idiotic, and it needs to stop. And the proof is in the pudding with the box office. The second thing,
you hire young talent, you can cut your production budget closely to a half.
Okay, and then my question,
because your $20 million Scarlett Johansson now is $2 million young actor no one's ever heard of.
A straw man argument that has nothing to do with this story. That is a hypothetical, sir. Now, my question to you is, and if you can give me a short answer, please, and I'll talk about Kevin Feige here in a second. If her contract was stipulated to say that she gets a percentage of the sales, and then what is it? What do they call it? Like in insurance, like an act of God happens, like a pandemic, and they have to switch that, and they say, okay, we're going to give you the 20 million, or only going to pay you what's based off in theaters, but we're going to take all the profits from streaming. That is shady right there. You can't. The contract was off of sales, so let her get some of the sales off the Disney Plus streaming as well. It may not be the 50 million that she projected that she wanted on her team, but you can't say, hey, you get all the sales, and it's assumed that that's going to be 100% of the box office, because that's how it's been since the beginning of Hollywood. And then you're like, no, it's like, you know what? Contract. It's like, you know what? Let's release it on Disney Plus. And we can just give Scarlett the profits from the theaters. We don't have to give her some of the stuff from Disney Plus. That's wrong, bro. How is that?
Not wrong. You guys are thinking like labor and not like management.
What are you talking about, Larry?
Think like management. Think like Disney. Think like a Disney executive. Think about how their responsibility is not to Scarlett Johansson. Their responsibility is to the shareholders. And their job is to make as much money as possible. And if they have contracts that are maybe advantageous to them and not to the artist, that's the artist's fault for signing that contract. She
And
needs to go back to her agent and her lawyer over at CAA and ask them, why did you have me sign this onerous contract?
Why are you defending a $1 billion conglomerate?
I'm not defending them. I'm defending right and wrong, and Disney in this case is not in the wrong. They signed a contract, and for them to say we are going to hold you to your contract is not wrong.
So she should not get any profit of the Disney Plus money?
What I'm saying, no, Disney Plus didn't exist when she signed that contract.
That's the point.
And
that's
COVID
the point
didn't exist either. But COVID didn't exist either.
Bro.
So like this does not matter. COVID didn't exist. Disney Plus.
Right, but I bet you, but I've seen how
these renegotiate her contract. You just proved my point.
But I have seen
been able to renegotiate, and they said.
But I've seen these. I've seen these types of contracts, and I know how they word them so that the companies protect themselves not just for today, but for all time.
It doesn't matter because they didn't have Disney Plus when COVID also didn't exist.
The companies protect themselves for today and all time through perpetuity. And so I understand that there may not be Disney Plus today, but there could be Disney Plus tomorrow or 5 years from now. And my point is that when Disney did that, they also gave themselves the right to put it out on Disney Plus or Disney Premiere or Disney, anything else they want to call it, because they made sure that they protected themselves. If the artist didn't do that, that's on the artist.
Look, at the end of the day, we're just going to agree to disagree. At the end of the day, we have to see how this plays out because this suit right here has larger implications for all studios. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are saying in the comment section that they should just settle. I don't think this is something that Disney can even settle on because she is going to set precedent for what other talent is going to do after her. So I truly believe everybody in the studio is looking at how this case is going to go down because at the end of the day, if they settle with Scarlett, everybody else is going to be coming right back behind her to get their money too. So I think it's something that's probably going to have to play out in court. And depending on how it goes, that's going to change how these movies are getting released, or it's going to change how people are going to be negotiating their contracts going forward. That's just where we're at.
And Lainey, thank you so much for the super chat. Don't send me no more money. I don't want to take your lunch money. You know, you done send like $80 or whatever. But thank you, man. I do appreciate it.
I think Sharonda's right. It's going to have to play out in the courts, and I think when it does, Disney is going to win, and these actors are going to be very salty because they are going to realize that they're going to lose a crap ton of money moving forward. This is, if anything, what this is going to do is change the way that contracts in Hollywood are structured. Exactly. But those contracts that are currently in place, they are going to find that a lot of actors are going to lose a lot of money. Now, the only thing that's going to save some of that is that these studios want to have continuing relationships with these artists. And so if you screw over Tom Cruise or you screw over Will Smith, they may say, I'm just never going to work with you again. And because they want to work with them again, they may say, let's go ahead and figure this out. But Disney obviously didn't feel like they needed to do that with Scarlett Johansson. So they didn't.
Larry, Disney has always had a crappy director with their producers, their directors. I remember it being reported back on Endgame how they abused Whedon, even though he wasn't, he's not a good person now that we find out that they just been boss hogging everybody. With all these reports, I'm just kind of baffled. Like, why do you, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like, why do you assume that Disney wouldn't? I'm not saying that they did or didn't, but why are you in the assumption that they didn't breach the contract on purpose because they was a bit greedy and didn't want to pay Scarlett? I'm just saying that they have a track record of not having good relationships with the talent. And so
because I used to work for a big media company, and I can tell you that when you deal with those lawyers, they go through those contracts with a fine-tooth comb. They go through those things line by line, word by word. They do not make mistakes. So when someone comes to them and says, can we put this out on streaming? And they say, let us go through the contracts. And they come back in a couple weeks later and say, yes, you can. You'll be fine. You are on solid legal standing, solid legal footing. Then they do it because they know that even if a lawsuit is brought against them, that they're going to win. And so I don't believe that Disney went in this recklessly and just said, oh, let's just do it and see what happens later. No, they went in there knowing their contracts were in place with their with themselves being protected as a company. And Scarlett Johansson, maybe as angry as she is and feeling like she's getting screwed as she is, doesn't have a leg to stand on. And she's going to find out when she gets into court.
Well, like we were saying earlier, I think what Sharonda was, I can't remember. Other actors are following suit. Emma Stone reportedly considering the same thing because she doesn't feel like she got her pay. Same thing with Gerard Butler.
Well, they owe him back pay. That's a little different.
Yeah.
They owe him back
Yeah,
pay.
that's just, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
I mean, that's just royalties. They just had. I mean, that happens a lot. You see that happen with people in the music side all the time. People are owed money. They just haven't been paid. They just need to get it.
Gotcha. Now, this is what scares me right here. Comicbook.com says Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige reportedly furious at Disney over the Black Widow release. Again, this article is down in the description box below as well. And Elliot, I definitely want your comments on this too. You don't want to piss off the Feigster, man. You just don't. Well, I got this. Where I got this quote at? It's no secret that Disney is releasing the films. Well, that's not it. Let me see. Feige is a company man and not prone to corporate showdowns or shouting matches. But I'm told he's angry and embarrassed. I don't know why he's embarrassed. Baloney newsletter reads in part. He lobbied Disney against a day and date plan for Black Widow, preferring the big screen exclusivity and not wanting to upset his talent. And then when the shit hit the fan, the movie started tanking and Johansson's team threatened litigation. He wanted Disney to make this right with her. Disney declined comment to Feige. Before I come to you, Elliot, I just have to say, guys, do not piss off Feige. This is like Ike Perlmutter Part 2, where he was frustrated with the execs, and then he went to Alan Horn and Bob Iger, and they was like, you don't got to worry about Perlmutter. You can report to us. And it seems like Bob Chapek is coming through, pissing people off. And I understand Kevin Feige is pissed because if he tries to bring in another writer, actor, director, whatever, hey, come on, make this film for me. It's going to be released this way. It's going to be released that way. They can come back and be like, nah, Kevin, I'm sorry, but you telling me it's going to be released in theaters, but your boy Bob Chapek may come through and Boss Hall and say it's going to go like this and breach a contract or something like that. So I really hope Kevin Feige doesn't walk. With Warner Brothers Discovery, they, under new leadership, they may be calling him like, hey, come over here to us and you can do whatever you want to do. Man. But anyway, how you feeling about Feige as well, in this whole Scarlet Disney debacle?
Well, first off, Sharon and Larry, you guys are awesome, and that's why I wasn't talking that way. I was just looking at these two great people, just having a great discussion. But nonetheless, to your point, man, Kevin Feige, DC. Let's make it happen, ladies and gentlemen. This James Gunn's already over there, already working on some other projects. And Kevin Feige, if you can do what you did with Marvel to the DC universe, that would be an awesome thing to see. But no, in regards to this comments here, him being embarrassed, I think it just goes back to what I was originally saying. Disney never had faith in the Black Widow film, which just kind of shows more proof in the pudding, as Sharonda was talking about earlier, with the whole, Eternals going straight to theaters, Shang-Chi going straight to theaters. Obviously, Doctor Strange, obviously that's next year, but they really didn't have faith in her. And I think that's why Kevin Feige is just like, damn it, I already messed up, dropped the ball and not having a film 4 years ago. And now she's getting, she's not getting her due rights for the payday. So I think he's embarrassed of himself. I think he's embarrassed of the company dropping the ball in this situation. And again, that door is wide open, Kevin. You could just step right through and just take over the DC universe and get a Superman sequel out before we get 19 other Superman and 15 other Batman. So we'll see what comes of this. But yeah.
Now, when you say that they don't have faith in the Black Widow film, I just want to distinguish. I feel like Marvel has complete faith in it, and even like people at Disney, like maybe Alan Horn or something. But a few of the people, the new people coming in, Bob Chapek and them. I think those are the ones that don't have faith, and maybe that's what you're talking about. We got this other article right here that came out July 18th. Movie theater owners blame Marvel's Black Widow box office collapse on Disney Plus's launch. Also, I have this article right here from May. Disney's New World Order leads to confusion and bruised egos. I am blaming Bob Chapek for all of this. I think this is all of his fault. Even earlier this year, I made a video saying my way or the highway is Bob Chapek ruining, Disney and Marvel. But Sharonda, how you feeling about all this and Kevin Feige as well?
Well, I have a question now. How are you saying they didn't have faith when Black Widow is the only Marvel movie that went to Disney Plus and is going to Disney Plus this year. I mean, I think it's clear as day.
That's what I meant by that. Yeah.
I mean,
No.
if you're not
I'm saying all the.
It's also the only Disney Plus. It's only the Marvel movie this year. Also, I mean, it's saying it's the only Marvel movie that went to Disney Plus this year. It's only Marvel movie this year.
Three more Marvel movies that are coming out this year, going straight to theaters only.
No, I'm saying the
Right.
Marvel. I'm saying the
They're
Marvel people
scheduled
have.
to. We don't know what they're going to do because we have this Delta
But
variant
it
that's
doesn't
kicking back
matter.
up.
Right now, it was always said Black Widow was going to go to Disney Plus in theaters, but for their other movies, it has never been discussed Disney Plus. That clearly shows no faith.
No, what I'm saying is Kevin Feige has faith in Black Widow. It's the Disney execs that don't. Is what I'm saying. The article said, Kevin Feige lied, but like, no, do not put this on streaming. Only put it in theaters. Everybody at Marvel was like, put this on streaming. It was the higher ups that.
This is another viewpoint that I will want people to see. Okay, so when you're an actor, your box office matters because that's how you command your next paycheck. So when you say this person has grossed, their box office has grossed this much money, you can ask for what you want. So if you really sit and think about it, for a lot of these actors, because at the end of the day, Scarlett had the money to command $20 million as soon as she came into the MCU. So based on accolades, what other movies, critical acclaim, all of that determines like what you ask every year. This is just their standard rate. If Scarlett went to go do a random movie, she's getting paid $20 million because that is just her typical salary. That's her asking price. So if you're losing money on your overall box office, why would you continue to work with Disney? Because to be honest, when these actors sign on for these contracts, they lose out on a lot of other roles that they could be doing because the Marvel films are physically demanding. They have to get in shape for these films, and it takes a lot of time to shoot these films as well. So if I'm giving up money and time doing one movie a year, is typically what they do, depending on how many they're in, it wouldn't make sense for people to continue to sign on to these blockbuster Marvel films if they're not going to get all of their money. That just doesn't make sense.
You exactly. But this is just now happening. So my understanding, like again, Marvel and Disney are two different companies. Disney owns them, of course, but all the Marvel people are the good guys.
But it's the thing is, this is bigger than it just being Marvel, and it's bigger than it just being Disney. Because this is something that we're seeing. It's the same thing that we're seeing with Warner Brothers titles as well. These people, at the end of the day, is losing out on their money. My point is, it hasn't always been perfect, but when Kevin Feige finally got all the power that he does now, before Chapek came through, everything was operating, on the surface as a well-oiled machine. There was no problems. Kevin Feige got along with his talent. Talent got along with Kevin Feige. They're making movies. Nothing is perfect, but nothing like this. But when Bob Chapek came in,
casting a white woman in Doctor Strange,
bro. Well, he admitted that. I didn't say everything was perfect, but this is what I'm saying. Like going back to this article in May. The New World Order, like when Bob Chapek came in, he jacked everything up. Yella, you was on the panel when we talked about this. Both of y'all, so this is all of Chapek's fault, is what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that the people at Marvel are just perfect angels. I'm not trying to say Kevin Feige is a perfect angel. I think they have good intent, but it's just this Chapek guy that's coming through jacking everything up. Larry, you got anything, man?
I don't want to call it a fault. I think the guy has a different sort of vibe to himself. He's creating a different culture in the upper echelon of Disney's executives, and he plans to run the company a little bit different than Bob Iger did, and that's fine. They brought him in to run it in a different way. Whether it's because they felt Disney stalled out or whatever it was, they brought him in to run this in a different way, and that's what he's doing. And I think that, some people, there are going to be some actors that are going to have their egos bruised and hurt when they realize, I thought you guys had my back. I thought we were going straight to theaters forever. I thought you didn't care about the people, the public, and you didn't care if they died from COVID if they went to the theaters. And now you're telling me you do, and you want to go to premiere, and you want to build Disney Plus. And now I'm upset because my contract isn't structured in a way that's going to help me and not, and it's only helping you. Well, guess what? That's what's
This
going to
is-
happen. And in
this
the
is what the new
future,
leadership did.
when these attorneys are dealing, when all these Harvard and Yale law grads that are up there working at CAA are dealing with these new Disney contracts, they're going to structure them differently. They're not going to have the same sort of contracts. But move right now, there's going to be some people out there that are a little bit butthurt. And yeah, I understand that Kevin Feige is a little upset with the Disney execs because he's partly because he's a businessman as well, but he's also a creative. I would put him more in the realm of the creative executive producer than I would the business executive producer. And so he wants to make sure he looks out for his talent. And his talent, and right now he's thinking, dumb. This embarrasses me a little bit. I brought these people in. I promised them big numbers and blah blah blah, and now I can't deliver on that. And Disney's like, look, we're contractually sound, so we're good as far as we're concerned. We're adhering to our contracts. We're good.
My brother, that is an assumption, and I was gonna say. This is what he's doing.
All of this is assumption because none of us have inside information to know exactly what's going on.
These numbers are not assumption. This is objective. This is wrong. This is
we
crap.
can't see the numbers. We know the numbers aren't that great. They were, even if you took all the streaming numbers and put them in there, the numbers still weren't going to be that great.
So, and that's Bob Chapek's fault. Is my point. Him coming, everything was working. Everything was working fine, and he wants to come in and change the whole thing. And films are losing money. He didn't
change the whole thing. All he did was decide that they were going to go day and date.
And that
didn't change everything.
And that destroyed everything.
Come on, B. You know that,
bro. The number is right there. They lost hundreds of millions of dollars. How's that not destroying?
They did not lose hundreds of millions of dollars by sending it to streaming.
Larry, look at the numbers, bro.
You're discounting the fact. B. Here's the thing.
Larry, wait a minute. Hold on. I love you, my brother. I love you. Subjective is an opinion, okay? But objectively, the film lost hundreds of millions of dollars. How did it not? I'll
tell you why. First of all, let's just be real. The film broke even at least. It made money. It made enough. Hold on. It just hasn't made enough. The budget on that film was $200 million.
Okay.
It has made back the money that it needed to make for Disney not to take an L on that movie. It has made some money.
Please explain that, bro. Please explain that.
I'll push back a little bit, Larry, because they had 3 marketing pushes for that film. They lost a lot of money, man.
Okay, let's say they lost the money. Let's just say they lost the money. Fine, tax write-off, done. So let's say they lost money on that movie.
So now it's okay we lost hundreds of millions. Let's just do a tax write-off. That's great leadership.
No, that's not great leadership. But he can also very easily say this wasn't made under my leadership because it was not. This movie was made under somebody else's leadership. He could have very easily said, if this movie were made under my leadership, these deals would have never been structured this way. This film would have never have cost $200 million. He could have made all kind. He could say whatever he wants to say. That's one of the beauties of being able to sell.
Now you're complaining about how much the production.
That's one of the beauties about being able to say this, when you come in and you take leadership. That's one of the beauties about being able to come in as someone new is to say, I wouldn't have done it that way. And mistakes can be attached to the previous leader. You wouldn't have done it. It's very easy to do that.
Larry, they made 23 films, averaging nearly $1 billion a film. 90. So? If I do them, so what? Come on,
bro. We weren't
bro.
in a pandemic either.
What?
They didn't have the vast majority of theaters closed. They didn't have theaters with reduced capacity. They didn't have all of that going on.
So no, bro.
You're discounting all of that and just putting all of the burden on streaming, and that's just simply not realistic.
You are reaching. You just said that maybe a CEO would have came in doing something different and not making films for $200 million plus. There's nothing wrong with that because it works. That has always worked.
It worked under the previous model. It worked under the previous model.
Not for 5 films, not for 10.
It worked under the previous model. When you have theaters open, nationwide and you can have 100% capacity, it works.
You know what? I'm averaging $960 million per film. I don't want to do that anymore. Let's just change it up. Why would you do that?
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm
You're
not.
not
That's
hearing
what.
me. You're hearing what you want to hear, and that's not what I'm saying.
You just
I'm telling you one thing, and you're hearing something else.
Larry, did you not just say that if Bob Chapek came in, he probably would not have made the films in the same structure, making $200 million plus films?
No, that's not what I said. That is not what I said.
Okay, what did you say, sir?
What I said is that he could have come in and said that I would not have structured this deal like this, that it would have cost maybe less. What I'm saying is that when you have theaters that are not fully open and the theaters that are open are not at capacity, you have to structure your deals differently to accommodate that varying situation. We're not in the same situation now that we were in 2017 or 18 or whenever this deal was signed. And so Bob Chapek may say, look, I understand why the contract was signed back then. This is not the current situation we're in. We're not making deals like this moving forward because the theatrical exhibition side of the business is changed. It is different. Moving forward, it's going to be different. So we're not going to have these same types of deals. Maybe they don't give as many artists participation. Maybe they don't give them the same level of participation. Maybe they don't give them any participation. I don't know.
So why not let her renegotiate?
That's the thing that new CEOs do is they bring in new leadership and they make new decisions.
Why is it so hard to admit that his plan was an epic failure?
Because it wasn't.
How, Larry? How, bro? I mean, Sharonda and Elliot, if y'all gotta go, because we at the 2-hour mark, I understand.
Well,
I'm gonna argue this point to the morning.
But I'm just trying to understand, like, why are we using this same thing with COVID happening to defend the CEO and not allow the same thing to defend Scarlett? I guess that's what I'm just confused about, because someone made a good point in this. At the end of the day, whether Black Widow is a good film or not, and I saw a lot of people in the comments like, y'all caping for a white woman. It's really honestly not even about Scarlett Johansson at the end of the day. It's just the fact that at the end of the day, all of these movies were making close to $1 billion. And to be honest, whether you guys want to admit it or not, whether Black Widow is a good movie or not a good movie, it still had the chance to make $1 billion.
Agree.
Shitted on Captain Marvel left and right, and it still made $1 billion. So
has any movie made $1 billion since COVID?
No.
But that's our point.
Because there's not even enough screens to put it on to make $1 billion.
But that's the whole point of Scarlett trying to renegotiate her contract. This movie was every movie coming out in COVID is going to take a loss. Every movie coming out is going to be at a loss. Every single movie.
And Disney basically said, no, we have our contract signed. Our contracts protect us. And so there's no need for us to renegotiate. And now people are upset saying, well, God, you guys are not treating her fairly. And they're saying, look, we negotiated in good faith. She signed the contract. We signed the contract.
Larry, I get what you're saying. But I get what you're saying. But the issue now is you can't use COVID as a way to defend Disney and not allow Scarlett the same grace to use COVID as to why she took a loss on this movie, because everyone is taking a loss. These movies are showing on less screens. You have to show other movies are taking hits too, because when you have a Fast and the Furious, remember all the other movies complain that every theater is only playing Fast and Furious. There's a lot of things that come into play with this. So at the end of the day, you trying to back Disney and protect them, this same argument can be applied to Scarlett. That's all I'm saying. I get what you're saying, but this same argument that you just gave to defend the CEO, it literally is the same argument that Scarlett can use. And at the end of the day, she asked to renegotiate given the current state that we're in with the pandemic, and they told her no. And that is the problem. She tried to work this out. I don't
think it's a problem at all.
And they said no, they will not let her renegotiate.
Because I don't think that's a problem at all, Sharonda. I think these companies, when they put the language in there that speaks for, when they say through all conditions for today, through current media and platforms known and unknown, through all opportunities, they are making sure that their interests are protected. And if you don't have the foresight to say, well, let me put language in there that protects me in case theaters are closed, I can guarantee you, since the pandemic, actors who have signed contracts have put language in those contracts that protect them in the event of an act of God, a pandemic, whatever causes
but
theaters
you
to be
still
closed.
have to give those who made contracts when COVID was not even a real thing, when we didn't know what COVID was. We didn't know.
Why do we have to give? Why do we have to protect
your
them?
argument, but you want your argument both ways. And if I'm
No,
going to side with you,
I'm just saying.
you need to side with Scarlett then.
It's not I'm not being two-faced in the argument. What I'm simply saying is that what I'm saying is that Disney protected themselves and Scarlett Johansson didn't. There's no need for Disney to renegotiate.
How do you
protect herself if they did not want to renegotiate? She tried to protect herself. She didn't know COVID was happening when she made the deal.
So you're saying that Disney should not protect itself and its shareholders, and instead what it should do is look out for the interest of her?
No one said that Disney didn't have the right. Everyone has the right to protect themselves, but just as Disney has the right to protect himself in the suit, Scarlett has the right to protect herself and making sure that she gets the money that she was supposed to get. You cannot have the other. If we gonna cake for Disney, then you gotta cake for Scarlett, because they both.
I'm not caking for Disney. I'm not caking for Disney. I'm caking for contracts. If you sign a contract and the contract is adhered to, that's what I'm saying, is that if she should have gotten the money, then they should give her the money. But what I'm simply saying is that I am almost willing to bet money on the fact that Disney did not go and do this without making sure that their contracts were airtight, allowing them to do it. And so if she signed a contract that was not advantageous for her under the current conditions, that's not Disney's fault.
But she didn't make that. She did not sign the contract under these current COVID conditions.
And you know why, Larry? I can't give that argument to Disney because I'm not trying to cape for Robert Downey Jr., but they didn't want to pay him his money for Avengers 1. They had a horrible because he got a horrible relationship because he was like, no, I don't want that much money up front. I want the back end points. That's why he got $75 million. They did not want to pay him the money, even though that's what the contract stated. And because that's what the contract stated, that's how he got all that money. And they was butthurt mad at that. So Disney has always been doing shady stuff. And this 343 right here, bro, you know that a third of that goes to the theater/theater owners. And so that's 114 million right there. What's 343 minus 14 million? That's 229. 229. So
and that's why they should. So then that's exactly why they should hire young actors and send stuff straight to streaming so they don't even deal with the theater.
Minus 200. So they got $29 million left. How much was the marketing budget, you think, Elliot, for this film? At least $200 million.
Yeah.
Because they had 2 marketing campaigns. So let's do that right there. That's $171 million loss right there.
So let me ask you this.
That's a loss. That's a wait. Is that not a failure? Can you acknowledge my math, please?
Okay, let's say it is a failure.
No. Don't shrug your shoulders. Because
earlier
you said.
What do you want me to do? You want me to bow down and say and prostrate myself? I'm telling you, it's a failure. It's a failure.
I want you to. Okay, thank you. Thank
so
you.
it's a failure. So then it goes to further my argument that they should simply hire young actors and they should strip the theatrical experience overall and go straight to streaming, because when you go straight to streaming, you don't need to earn as much money to make a profit because you don't have to share any of the profits. You get everything. So you don't need to worry about making $1 billion to make your money. You only have to make a couple $100 million. And that's easy to do when you're putting out the next Black Panther on streaming.
So now you want to just throw away the whole.
But even with him saying,
I've been wanting to throw the theaters away.
Even after saying hire younger actors, at the end of the day, you're still going to be in the same position that Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth were in when they made more money. I mean, Scarlett was getting paid $20 million. What did Chris only making $7 million? As Captain America when he first started,
he got 100. He got 150.
I think it was like 300,000 or something.
Yeah, he got like 300,000 when he started.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, even if they do hire younger people who are unknown talent, like I've been saying since day one, anyway, to hire unknown talent and let them be stars, they're still going to come upon a time. They're big now. Their contract is up. They're going to negotiate all the stuff that Scarlett hasn't negotiated.
In 10 years, in 10 years, when you
position.
In 10 years, you lock them into a 5-movie contract. You pay them $1 million a movie. Lock them into a 5-year contract. You get somebody who's young and hungry, who $5 million and $2 million looks like a ton of money, and they say, "Hell yeah, I want to do that." And they
Ain't
do it. And
no
then in
person
10
in their
years,
right
when
mind
you're
is
done
going
with those
to
5
allow
movies,
them
then you
to do
renegotiate
that.
or you find new young actors.
But it doesn't matter because at that point, they're stars now and people are used to them playing that character. So you're not going to be able to do that. If anything, Disney put themselves in this predicament. I hope that they continue to take unknown actors. I feel like DC has done a better job at this as taking unknown actors, making them money, and then later they become stars and they can pay them what they want because they were greedy and they made money off the first couple of films.
I just want to say, all these people out there that are talking about I'm wrong and I'm predatory and everything, what you're saying is you don't believe in capitalism. What you're saying is that you do not believe in the way that American capitalism works. Because that is the way American capitalism works. You make money. We live in a confrontational system where this person tries to take as much money from that person and that person tries to take as much money from this person or try to keep this person from getting as much money from them. And that's the way it works. Talent tries to get money from management. Management tries to get as much labor from labor. And that's the way it works.
First, thank you, Kat Harlan, for the $4.99 super chat. I do appreciate it. Can we agree to disagree and move on? What is the last topic anyway? And so I lost 3 pounds because I got everything out that I wanted. But Larry, bro, hold on, Larry. Capitalism is evil, bro. Capitalism is why we're oppressed right now at the bottom of the economic ladder.
Capitalism is the reason why we have this platform.
Oh my God, yeah.
You think we would have this that we can get on here and stream for free if YouTube was not making money?
Capitalism is evil, bro. We were, human beings were capital, bro. That capitalism is evil. Come on,
B. We wouldn't even be on here right now if it wasn't for capitalism.
Bro, we were the cattle that built the richest country in the world, and we didn't have access to it. We are 13% of the nation's population, and we don't even own 3% of the nation's wealth. And you're going to cater to that system? That's why we're getting shot right now, because we don't have no control over nothing.
Is what allows us to do what we are currently doing,
bro. Please.
You're talking about a whole separate issue. You're trying to blend. You're trying to blend the emotion.
Capitalism. You said everybody in the chat is anti-capitalism.
Wait, you said not right.
You said everybody. You said everybody in the chat is against capitalism. Like I'm supposed to cheer for.
I didn't say everybody. No, I said those. I said specifically those people that are out there saying that that are calling me evil and saying all the other stuff that they were saying. I tuned it to just those particular people. I didn't say the whole chat.
Larry, capitalism is the reason why you have to wear those shirts that you wear about black empowerment.
Super chats are the reason why you are able to benefit from capitalism.
And guess what? The benefit that we're still getting shot in the street. We still don't get proper education. We still don't get proper health care. We still don't get proper nothing because of the system that we're living in, and you're catering into it. I'm surprised by this, bro.
Everyone on this panel is college educated.
Yes.
And we've all benefited from this system. It's not a perfect system, but it is our system.
We can't even go jogging without getting shot by some white supremacist.
I agree. I posted a video about a month ago about getting harassed by the police. I'm telling you, it's not a perfect system. You're
saying like we have friends, bro. You're saying like we're loved, like we're a part of the system. We're not even.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that this is our system. It is our responsibility to make it better or to leave it alone and get out. You either have an opportunity to make it better or you leave it. Those are only two choices. You can sit here and say nothing and be mad, but the fact of the matter is capitalism exists and we benefit from it.
Oh my God. You cannot make it better while you're feeding it, bro. Now. I'm not benefiting from nothing. What am I benefiting
you cannot
from,
realize the bandwidth that you're using right now on YouTube is because of capitalism?
Nigga treatments. That's what it is, bro. Me having a little YouTube channel ain't nothing. I should be owning everything in this thing.
You have to think beyond you, this, bro.
I have a little YouTube.
It's about
and on this platform it's racist as hell. TikTok is racist. Facebook is racist. All these platforms is racist as fuck.
Yes,
and I'm benefiting from it. We can't even make money, bro.
Racism. We're not talking about
what is going on, bro?
We're talking about
capitalism. You're scaring me right now, bro.
How am I scaring you?
You sound like a white supremacist.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Larry, you are smart.
Pro-black as anybody on this planet.
Don't cater to capitalism, bro.
Hold on. Let's stop for a minute. You know I'm about as pro-black as anybody you have ever met. And because we disagree, don't start throwing out stuff and saying that I sound like a white supremacist. That is below the belt.
That's why I took it back. I'll apologize. That's why I took it back. So
I think this is a great point to just stop and let's kumbaya for a moment and let's just send out love to everyone. I love you guys. You know,
yeah, we're good.
Let's just, you know, hey, at the end of the day, Scarlett rich, Bob rich, all these hoes rich, and I still got to go work for the man tomorrow. So it's okay. Let's just take a break. Let's relax. Let's woosah. Let's just get happy again. Remember when we were all agreeing that we weren't excited about none of the topics that we talked about?
That girl, the Exorcist remake, yeah.
See, even Jerome said, wait, Larry's a white supremacist for not wanting Scarlett Johansson to get paid?
Tell me to stop.
We're talking about a bunch of rich white motherfuckers, and we're getting, excuse my French, and we're getting mad at each other. Right? Because rich white people are not getting paid.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me throw in a little.
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. Okay.
Well, all right. We had to y'all know. Thank you. Yeah. Hold on. Ellie, he said what Ellie got going on. Man, let me just say this, man. Yeah, I'm screaming and hollering, but I don't even think I had this conversation with Larry. I know I had it with Sharonda before. I'll never burn the bridge between these people on this panel ever. You would have to try to murder my family before that. You know, we can argue from the high heavens. I will always work it out with a black person. Like we have to be mature enough to work with each other, even if we don't like each other. And I like everybody here. So
what they don't realize is we debate this type of crap anyways on our private thread. We go back and forth and talk all kinds of crap, and we text each other. No one on here has thin skin. I mean, this is just, you guys are just seeing the public face of it.
Right. That's what it is. But
I wanted to respond to Prince because he said, do the white movie YouTubers shows go this hard over black movies? I just want to say no because they don't cover black movies. That's it. Unless it's Black Panther.
Man, I don't.
I'm about to call Sharon. I'm gonna nickname Sharonda Willow because she brings all kinds of shade. You know.
What?
Thank you for the super chat.
I love it. No, I'm just saying I love it.
I didn't lie.
Well, guys, I don't upset everybody. My mama texting me, my daddy everybody telling me to shut up and calm down. And, yeah, they like, B, you need to chill out. I'm getting all kind of messages right now. Like, B, what the hell is wrong with you? I ain't never.
I can't wait to see the comments on this one.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness!
You need to just cut this segment into just one whole video. I mean,
oh yeah, we are.
I think this segment's about an hour.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm done. I'll end the stream. I don't upset everybody. I'm sorry. I apologize.
We okay? We all good? Jared sent you a super chat though.
Jaren did. Okay, let me get that real quick. Where is it? Jaren. I love Black Power. Be Avery. Bring it out. The bleach, bro. LOL. Bring out the bleach, bro. LOL. Yeah, I bought some yesterday. Yeah, man. So y'all, that does conclude the movie news roundup show today. I want to thank everybody for being here. You know, it's the energy that Sharonda brings. It's always a party when Sharonda comes up.
No more. Every time I come, it's a mess. Every time I'm just I'll stay out of it. I'm just be in the audience. Okay.
It ain't no, you know, it's all good. But Sharonda, what are your final words and pub yourself? What you got going on your channel and stuff?
Support women.
Yeah, support
Listen to women.
Yes.
We have something to say. Shy people, I'm gonna have to make a drink and then we're gonna talk about the shy. Y'all can find me at Pay Your Weight. I'm just sending love to y'all. I'm giving everybody a virtual hug, even the people I was beefing with in the comment section. I'm still beefing with y'all, but I'm gonna give y'all a hug and send you some love because I'm petty like that. But yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, Brandon. I didn't mean to start off today.
Sharonda, I always want you to come here. I think I'm gonna scare Elliot away. He's not gonna come back no more.
Elliot ain't never coming back. Elliot ain't coming back.
These Negroes are crazy. Elliot, what are your? I'm a little embarrassed. Elliot, what do you have going on?
No need to be embarrassed, man.
No, not at all, man. This is why I come on every single week. This is why I was a fan prior to being on the panel, man. It's these discussions, man. So, yeah, man. DC. They're looking pretty nice these days compared to Disney and all that. So yeah, no, but guys, this has been awesome, and I Sharonda, I always love her takes and her opinions. Same with Larry, and of course Brandon in the chat. Even those asshole people earlier was coming at Sharonda, but listen, this is a fire. This is a fire stream, and yeah. But yeah, guys, you can find me here on this platform talking about the latest movies and shows, and I'm blinking. I'm good. Everything's good. This is great.
I wish I would have known what was in his head. Like, what the hell are they talking about, man? Like,
this is fire. I'm gonna watch the replay tonight too, and get some popcorn and actually watch it on TV later today. This is my entertainment for the night. I'm gonna watch this replay.
I'm gonna take a break next week, man. No, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, man. Again, Brandon, it's always a pleasure. Sharon, always love being on the same panel with you, and same with Larry and everyone in the chat. That kept it respectful. I appreciate all of you.
Right on. And Larry, I apologize, man. That white supremacist comment I was about to make was out of line.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
And I am sorry. I shouldn't let my emotions get the best of me like that. So, because you're a cool brother, you solid, you consistent, you're loyal. You're a good friend. I love you, so I apologize, man.
It's all good, man.
And what do you have going on your channel?
I changed your name to white supremacist in my phone. I just want you to know that.
Oh, damn.
I just hate this system, man, and I just love us. But what do you have? What are your final words, sir? And what do you have going on your channel?
My final words are that Simone Biles is not the GOAT. That goats don't quit. And I want to say that basically that if you're injured, we help and treat the injured. We don't celebrate the injured. We don't celebrate people with pulled hamstrings. We don't celebrate people with ruptured Achilles tendons. We don't celebrate the injured. We protect and take care of the injured. We celebrate our champions. And
those champions can paralyze themselves, though. They can't just they can never walk again. If she goes out there and has an off night, she will literally paralyze herself, kill herself, break something. That is not the same. I don't want to hear
that is a very real possibility, and it is her chosen career. That's her choice to do that or not do that. And so if you decide that you don't want to do that and you say, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to stop in the middle of a competition, well, you have quit.
Yeah, I'm going to choose my life. Yeah, my life.
Right. And so then you have that choice.
Care about me.
No, you're right. You absolutely have that choice. But when you decide that you're going to stop in the middle of a competition, you've quit. And so now you have become a quitter.
She saved her life.
That's
she didn't
fine.
quit. She chose her life.
But
here's the thing. That let her get sexually abused over a sport that continuously because she is the greatest of all time, and because she's so good, and these white girls can't keep up with her, they continue to dock her greatness and not acknowledge her greatness to the highest level that it should be. So at the end of the day, am I going to choose my life over this country that has proven time and time again that it has not respected me as a woman, that it has not advocated for me as a woman who has been sexually abused by these people put in place? Yes, I'm going to choose it every single time. And I think that she is the greatest of all time. And you want to know why she's the greatest? Because she chose herself first. And I will continue to choose myself before this country that does not care or respect me at all. That is the problem. This is not the same as Michael Jordan playing with the flu. If he plays, he'll just have a bad game. If she goes out there and she does a twist that she can't do, she will break her neck. She can die. She can be paralyzed. The implications are higher for her having an off day. You can't have an off day doing what they do. You cannot. That is a no. I'm not going to stand for that.
So as I was saying, I appreciate your comments and your sentiment, and I agree with you. It's her choice whether or not she wants to go out there and put her life at risk. It's the same for other athletes that go out there. When Floyd Mayweather steps out there into the ring, when Muhammad Ali stepped down to the ring, when anybody else goes out there, if they have an off day, they could get killed. They could literally have some. Hold Sharonda, I
I
stopped my thing and let you speak, and now I want the same courtesy.
It's so sexist.
It's not about sex.
No, it's sexism.
It's not about sex.
It is sexism.
Let me explain myself.
At its finest. And this is the problem that Black women have of men not taking up for other Black women. This is why we continue to be disrespected, because you will never say this about a man. You will never say something like this. Y'all didn't say this to Chris Bosh when he had to quit playing because he was going to kill himself with blood clots. Why are y'all saying this about him? Like, I don't understand that. Y'all, it's not about lacking control. I cannot continue. All y'all do is just shit on women all day long.
Why you saying y'all?
And especially when it comes from Black men shitting on us day after day. The fact that we get shitted on by white people all day long. The fact that I had to point in the conversation that people are just sitting up here having this feminism thing, blocking feminism, hating on women, hating on me just because I have something to say that's no different than what anybody else on this panel has to say. I'm tired of this. I'm tired. It's so bad. This happens every single time. And if I don't take up for the Simone Biles or the other people in the world, y'all just gonna continue this behavior. And it's just not okay. It's not okay anymore. It's just not. It's not even funny anymore. It's really tiring.
Hold on, Larry.
It's the equivalent of spewing hate. That is what this is. You're literally spewing hate for someone who chose to not put their life in jeopardy over a country.
You haven't, Sharonda, you haven't heard a word that I said because you haven't let me say it.
Larry, hold on, Larry.
Go ahead and say what y'all got to say. I'm out. I'm not. As a woman, I'm not dealing with this no more. I'm not taking this shit no more. I'm not doing it. Everyone in the comment section saying that I'm being emotional. I am emotional about my right to be respected. And if my sisters like Simone can't be respected, I'm not listening to it no more. I'm not doing this shit no more. It's not okay. I'm tired.
I feel you, my sister. What I was gonna say is power to you and she out. Okay. Well, if you're still listening to Sharonda, what I was gonna say was keep doing what you're doing, because when people come at you like that, that just means that you're doing the right thing. You are a threat to them. So don't ever let them dim your light. I have a lot of love and respect for you. You have a good following, your channel is growing. So keep doing what you're doing. I haven't spoke on Simone Biles, but I agree with her. That's just my 2 cents, that if she feels that she is not up to the task and she needs to step away from the games, then I support her. I don't know. I don't really follow me on social media.
Know what I had to say, because as soon as I started saying it, I got screamed over.
Well, that's fine, man. Sometimes that's just how it is.
It's not fine. It's not fine. We're supposed to be respectful here. People are talking about being respectful to other folks, and I let her say what she had to say. I let her interrupt me and keep going, and then she clicked off. I didn't even get a chance to say what I was gonna say, and it's okay. I'm not saying it just to her. I'm saying it to everyone out there. But people don't get. It's not fair that someone gets to say, "Oh, Larry, you're just wrong. You're this, that." You haven't heard what I had to say, so you don't know if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
I'll holler at you when we get off or later on.
So now I'm getting cut off too. So basically, it's just like fuck what Larry's talking about.
Larry, I thought you was done, my brother.
How was I done? I didn't even get to say anything. As soon as I started saying what I was saying, Sharonda went and I let her continue on.
I said my bad. I said my bad, bro. And I didn't. I was just saying. I was extending you an olive branch, just saying that we can talk about it. That's all. That's all I was saying. I'm not trying to cut you off. If I'm trying to have the conversation, just
gotcha.
Not in front of everybody. That's all. But I just got too much.
Look, let me just finish my point, man. My point is that when someone's injured, you take care of people who are injured, and you celebrate those champions. You don't celebrate the injured. You take care of them, and you celebrate champions. When you look at somebody like Michael Jordan, when Michael Jordan played, when he had food poisoning and he played one of the best games of his career and he collapsed into Scottie Pippen's arms, you celebrate that. When you see Kerry Strug take that vault on one leg and win gold, you celebrate that. When you see Greg Louganis crack his head on a diving board and fall into the water limp and get back out and go out there and do it again, you celebrate that. When you, in 2 weeks, when you go and you turn on the TV and you watch the Paralympics and you watch people who have suffered God knows how many terrible things in their lives, amputations, accidents, degenerative diseases, developmental problems, when you see those people out there championing themselves and competing to the highest levels, you celebrate that. You don't celebrate somebody who decides that they don't want to continue on or they can't because they're injured. If they're injured, you take care of them. You don't celebrate them. You take care of them. That's what I'm saying. And for people to just shout me down, that's ridiculous. No one would celebrate Usain Bolt if he pulled a hamstring. They would take care of him. They wouldn't celebrate him.
You can't, but I feel what you're saying, bro. But you can't dictate what somebody celebrates. You know what I'm saying? If I want to celebrate, this or that, that's what I want to celebrate. If you want to celebrate this or that, that's what you want to celebrate. But thank you for that. I got 2 more. I just gotta get these 2 more super chats, and I'm gonna end the stream because I don't want to let these people feel like they're unappreciative or I'm not appreciative. And I can't even see them no more. They're gone. One was the yellow, and the other one I don't know. Okay. So if you just send it was 2 super chats, but there is too many comments and they went away. So I do apologize.
Hey, B, can I ask you a question right quick? When an athlete out there, let's say you're a boxer, right? And you're used to being able to throw a double jab and a hook or whatever. And for whatever reason, your timing's off. Your mind and your body are not in sync. What do people call that? When you're in a big competition and the pressure's coming down on you and you just can't get your timing right. Your body and your mind are just not in sync. People call that choking. People call that sort of collapsing under the pressure. That's what it's called. You can give it a cute name and call it the twisties or anything else, but it's not a new phenomenon. People for decades have been hiring they've been hiring sports psychologists so that they can mentally peak at the right moments. People have been dogging me, and this is what she's explaining is nothing new.
Larry, don't worry about the comments, bro. If you're asking me a question, I don't agree with that. I just don't. I don't know what Simone is going through, and I just hope that she gets the best help that she can. And if I want to call it a GOAT or somebody in the chat or Sharonda, they can call them that. If you don't want to call it that, that's fine. But guys, this week, my Suicide Squad review will be up. I may be doing a spoiler one with some other people that's been on my channel as well. I also will be having my free guy.
Do you have another super chat?
I see it. Thank you. Another my free guy review as well. And Cal Harlem, I respect Simone for moving herself from the game, so Team USA has a chance to win the medal. Thank you so much, Cal Harlem, for that super chat. I do appreciate it.
I respect her too for taking care of herself. I'm just not going to celebrate it.
That's
because you take care of people.
Larry, you made your point, bro.
You don't celebrate them.
You made your point, my brother. You made your point, and I appreciate it, my brother. But guys, I want to thank all of you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Movie News Roundup Show, and we will be back same time next week. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's Elliot, Larry, and Sharonda. And before you go, don't forget, that's just our opinion. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you next time.